Two top teams in the Pioneer League face off tonight in Missoula. They boast the two best pitching staffs in the league. They both went to the playoffs last year. They are the Oakland Ballers and the Missoula Paddleheads. And tonight, they face off for the first time ever. Good evening and welcome to Allegiance Field at Oakland Park in Missoula, Montana, as the Oakland Ballers visit the Missoula Paddleheads for the first game of a 3-game series. I'm Nevada Cullen, and you're listening to Oakland Baseball on 860 AM The Answer and on YouTube. So who are the Missoula Paddleheads? Missoula, Montana, the site of tonight's ball game. They have the Paddleheads, who have been basically the best team in this league since it became an affiliated league or a partner league in 2021. Missoula won that first title in 2021. They're the 5-time Pioneer League champs. They won it 4 times when they were affiliated with the Diamondbacks, and then they won it in the first ever edition of the league as an MLB partner league. But the last 3 years, they've come up short, making the playoffs, getting swept last year, shockingly, by Glacier in the semifinals. So you know this is a team with a chip on its shoulder. And last time out, Missoula, the Paddleheads traveled to Great Falls, and they exterminated them. A 6-game sweep of the Great Falls Voyagers from June 3rd to June 8th. Offense scored 86 runs, averaging 14.3 runs per game. So absolute destruction for the Paddleheads against their rivals from Great Falls, the Voyagers. The Paddleheads' main rival has become the Glacier Range Riders over the last few years. And Missoula comes in at 13-5 this season and 3rd in the Pioneer League. Second best pitching staff in the league, as well as a really good offense. The best pitching staff in the Pioneer League belongs to the Oakland Ballers. The Ballers this season have an ERA just around 3.75. Paddleheads second with a 5.74 ERA. And so this should be, honestly, it could be a low-scoring game tonight. And any game in this series could be low-scoring or could be high-scoring. It really just depends how the game plays. But with the pitching matchup tonight, I would expect a low-scoring one. Oakland last time out, it was Sunday against Glacier, an 8-4 win. They took 5 of 6 in a series where the bullpen for Oakland allowed just 2 earned runs in 24 1/3 innings. So the Ballers and the Paddleheads both come in hot to Missoula, and it is a warm day here in Missoula, Montana. I was walking through downtown earlier today, and the temperature was 96 degrees. Right now, coming in at 95, and it'll fall into the 80s, maybe even the 70s by game's end. We shall see. But either way, it is a hot one here in Kalispell on a sunny day. And we'll look at the lineup now for the Oakland Ballers, led by Aaron Miles in his second year, the manager for the Ballers at 12-6. Train Cobb leads off, the shortstop, batting first. Isai Santos, right fielder, bats second. Davis Druick, the third baseman, bats third. Cam Buford is the DH cleaning up. Christian Almanza, first baseman, bats fifth. Danny Harris, second baseman, in the 6th spot. Lou Helmick, the left fielder, bats 7th. Michael O'Hara, center fielder, bats 8th for the Ballers. And Dylan Tatum, the catcher, batting 9th for Aaron Miles' squad. Oakland will turn to Dylan Matsuoka on the hill. Matsuoka making his 4th start. He has been nothing short of great for Oakland so far this season. 16 innings and a 2.81 ERA. He will be opposed by Mike Peterson for the Missoula Paddleheads as we look at their starting lineup today. Colin Gordon is the DH leading off. Roberto Pena, the first baseman, bats second. Mike Rosario, the right fielder, bats third. And the one to really note there, Rosario making his 100th career game, but of the top 3, it's Roberto Pena. Gordon playing in his 200th career game. Roberto Pena, though, is the name to remember for the Paddleheads as Paxton, their mascot, walks by my booth right behind home plate. But Pena's the one who was the Pioneer League International Player of the Year last year. He leads the league in homers with 12. Adam Fogel, the left fielder, cleans up. Fogel, coming off a 2-homer game on Sunday, was the MVP last year of the Pioneer League, broke the record with 35 home runs in a single season in the Pioneer League. Alex Sanchez, the center fielder, bats 5th. Cam Willman, the second baseman, hits 6th for Missoula. Carlos Perez, the third baseman, bats 7th. Taylor Smith, the catcher, bats 8th, and Colby Wilkerson, the shortstop, bats 9th. Michael Schlacht is the head man. He's the field manager in his 5th year with the Paddleheads. He led them to the title in 2021. That was his first season of action. The 2021 Pioneer League Manager of the Year signed a contract extension in December to make him the manager through 2030. We're now announcing the lineup for the Missoula Paddleheads, so we should be about ready for the anthem. The game never really starts on time here in Missoula. 7:05 is local time is when they say the start time is, but the insiders like us know that 7:15 is the real scheduled start time, and it looks like we will be a bit past that today, but gives us a second to look at the fantastic view that we see here of Missoula, Montana, with rolling hills and mountains from left to right field and the outfield overlooking the action. And then you look at the fences is interesting, taking it inside the ballpark. High left field fence, high right field fence here at Oakland Park, Allegiance Field. 5,000 capacity, seating capacity. Dimensions 309 to left, 398 to center, 287 to right. You heard that right. If you hit it down that line, you can get out of here no problem. But it's a high wall. It's 27 feet high to right field. It's time for the anthem here from Oakland Park. Let's turn up that crowd mic so y'all can hear it. And then first pitch is soon after.
Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
Ooh, I like that. Turn them up. Master.
By the door,
Aggressively loud.
what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Beautiful singing of the national anthem, our Star-Spangled Banner, before the action here from Missoula. We're ready to go here from Oakland Park, Allegiance Field, Missoula, Montana. Ballers lineup once more: Cobb, Santos, Druick, Buford, Almanza, Harris, Helmick, O'Hara, and Tatum. The pitcher is the 2024 Pioneer League Pitcher of the Year for Missoula. He was a Boise Hawk last year. His name, Mike Peterson. The Paddleheads lost his first 2 starts, but then Tuesday in the opener against Great Falls, he got plenty of run support in a 25-3 win, and he bounced back in a big way, going 6 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, 3 walks, and 8 strikeouts. Peterson, his 4th year in the Pioneer League, first in Missoula, spent the last 3 years in Boise. This year, a 7.9 ERA for the righty, 26 years old, 6'5", 215 from Pullman, Washington. 1-1 record this year, 3 starts and 13 2/3 innings pitched. 20 hits, 12 earned runs, 4 walks, 12 strikeouts, and a 1.76 whip, a 7.90 again ERA. So Peterson, the starter, the defense behind him, and then the outfield from left to right, Fogel, Sanchez, and Rosario. Then in the infield from first to third, Pena, Willman, Wilkerson, Perez, and Smith doing the catching for Missoula. Paddleheads rolling with the white uniforms. They honestly have a pretty similar color scheme to Glacier, which is funny. considering they're rivals. But I guess it makes a lot of sense since they both play in the great state of Montana, the Treasure State, as some would call it. And they go with the Black Caps tonight, with the M stands for Missoula. Also got the moose antlers on the M, green bill, and all white uniforms with black pinstripes, paddle heads written in cursive script across the chest. Ballers going with their road green uniforms, that baller green, the gold numbers on the back, gold ballers in all caps print on the front, high green socks and gray pants for Trey Cobb, who's about to dig in from the right side to get us going. So Cobb, the righty, against Peterson, the righty. And there's a cowbell here. I'm sure you can hear that. Claps for this first pitch of this game. The pitch clock has begun. And the action starts with this delivery from the windup from the righty Peterson. It is bounced foul, 0-1. We're underway at 7:18 local time. That's 6:18 back in the Bay. Thanks for tuning in on 860 AM The Answer and on YouTube. Cobb, 5-game hit streak. Swings and misses, 0-2. Looked like the breaking ball there from the right-handed thrower, Peterson. Cobb, 2 RBI on Sunday, his first multi-RBI game for the Ballers this season. He's down the count 0-2. With 2 on the pitch clock, Peterson delivers, and Cobb takes low. Cobb, 15 games played, .397 hitter. Injured last week against Glacier, returned on Saturday. Takes outside the breaking ball. So it's 2-2 for Tremaine Cobb Jr. facing the righty and starter Mike Peterson. Pitch is sent foul off to the right. I feel the need to go further in depth about the layout of Ogren Park. 309 to left field with a high wall to left field and 287 to right, another high wall over there. 2-2 is bounced towards third. Perez fields, belt high. His throw to first is on time. Just beats Cobb by a step, 1 down. No score. Top of the first inning here for Missoula. Ballers and paddleheads playing for the first time ever. Brings up a lefty in Isai Santos, who had a big game Sunday. 2 for 3 with 2 runs scored and a couple RBI. The Ballers got 4 RBI and 3 runs scored from the top 2 hitters, Cobb and Santos, against Glacier. Against the righty for the Range Riders, Rain Supple. First to the lefty, Santos is a ball off the plate. 90-mile-an-hour fastball from Peterson. 1-0. Santos 5 for 14 in the series against Glacier. He did plate 3 runs and double. Santos takes a breaking ball in for strike 1. It's not just a high wall to left and right here at Ogren Park. The wall decreases in height as you get towards the gaps. Santos takes a fastball just off the plate, 2-1. And it goes down because it gets deeper as you go to the gaps. It is 409 feet to right center field, which is deeper than center field, which is just 398. So if you're a lefty like Santos, you want to hook it down the line. 2-1. He takes a breaking ball in for strike 2. Now had a bit more bite to it from Peterson, and it just bent onto the outside corner on the lefty Santos. Santos calls time, wielding a golden wood bat. Sunlight bouncing off of it. 2-2 pitch. Santos chops it foul towards the Ballers dugout on the first base side. So in Oakland, at Raimondi, Glacier, and then in Kalispell, and now Missoula, in Missoula, Montana, the Ballers have been in the first base dugout, all 3 stadiums they've played out so far this season. 2-2. Santos takes 91 off the edge, work the count full. Santos has seen a lot of full counts this year. Through 18 games, he has walked 11 times and struck out 5. Payoff to the Ballers' 2-hitter. Just chopped foul at home. Both teams coming off big series wins. Paddleheads taking all 6 from the Great Falls Voyagers. Ballers 5 of 6 in Kalispell against the Glacier Range Riders. Paddleheads are on a W7. Payoff. Santos takes strike 3. 90-mile-an-hour fastball. He wanted to challenge it, thought better of it, and it was at the bottom of the zone. Great pitch from Peterson, and there are 2 away. Brings up the Ballers' main man in the order, Davis Druick. The Ballers' 3-hitter on a 12-game hit streak. Just a meager 1 for 5 Sunday. Struck out a couple times. Did score once in that 8-4 win. First to Druick, comes in, breaking ball high and away, 1-0. 2 outs, bases empty for the Ballers, top of the first inning here in Missoula. Paddleheads trying to put up an early 0 against Oakland. Druick shoots one to left field, foul. That one curled well foul. It's a left field berm area that he hit it over. Plenty of room for the kids to run around and watch the action. 1-1 count. Peterson with 6 on the timer. And Druick bounces it up the middle, past the backhand of Willman, and into right center field. Davis Druick's hit streak is 13 games. He's got a 2-out knock here in the first. He's just seeing the ball so well. That was 94 off the bat, just enough to make the ball shoot past Willman, the second baseman. Got a high outside fastball there and did just enough to wiggle it through the infield. Brings up Cam Buford in a scoreless game. Top of the first inning, 2 outs. Druick's 2-out knock has him at first base. He has attempted 1 steal. He was successful. And now Peterson has to work from the stretch for the first time. Facing the righty, Buford. First toss is a breaking ball off the dish. 1-0. Cam on a 3-game hit streak, 7 for 23 in the series against Glacier. Hitting .328 on the year with 12 driven in. 2 doubles and a pair of home runs. 1 on Thursday. 1-0 count. Buford fouls it off the mask of the catcher Smith, 1-1. No score in the top of the first inning. Buford trying to get the Ballers on the board first. Big knockout round win for the Ballers on Wednesday against Glacier. Buford hit 5 home runs. 1-1 breaking ball tagged into the gap in left center field. This could be extra bases and could score Druick. He's at third when the ball is picked up by Sanchez. Druick gets the wave. The ball is cut off, and Druick scores without a throw. It's a 2-out RBI double for Cam Buford. It's 1-0 Oakland in the first. Cam Buford with his 5th extra base hit of the year. Scoring Druick from first base. 96 off the bat, just 288 feet to left center field. But he took an outside breaking ball and just stayed on it. It does look like the fence juts out a little bit from left center field to center field. And so there could be a bit of bounce that helped that ball. Christian Almanza takes a first pitch fastball for a strike, 0-1. So it's Oakland 1, Missoula 0. Ballers strike first here at Ogren Park. The Ballers have been good this season when scoring first. And with Dylan Matsuoka on the hill, they'll hope he can put up a good outing. Now Almanza, right field, high, deep, forget about it. Christian Almanza takes an off-speed pitch on the inside corner and destroys it over the right field wall. 440 feet later, it's 3-0 Oakland. Again, 287 to right field, but to get it to right center, you've got to hit it 409 feet. And Almanza, who I said last series, I gave an over-exaggeration and said I thought he would hit a ball 450 this year, just came up 10 feet short there with a 440-foot moonshot, 97 off the bat. 3-0 Oakland with 2 outs and the bases empty in the first inning. A crowd silencer from Christian. And it's Danny Harris next. First pitch swatted down the right field line, but foul. Just missed extra bases there by a few feet. 0-1. So the Ballers tagging the 2024 Pioneer League Pitcher of the Year in the first inning for 3 runs on 3 hits. Mike Peterson, who did face Oakland last year, and he did give up 3 earned runs. And unfortunately, he lost that game. 0-1 is tapped foul left side, 0-2. 3-0, the Ballers shut out Boise that day. So even though Peterson went 7, giving up 3 earned runs and 2 home runs, the Ballers were able to win because they didn't allow any runs. Chandler David, Chewy, Christian Cosby, Braden Nelson, they combined to shut out the Hawks. And Dante Stewart had 2 solo shots in the first 3 innings of that game. And it's more early damage against Peterson here for the Ballers, this time in Missoula. And he's a paddlehead, not a Hawk. 0-2 on Harris. 3-0 in the first. He takes a breaking ball low and outside and holds his swing. 1-2. Christian Almanza comes up with his 5th home run of the season. One-two pitch. Swung on and missed. 88-mile-an-hour heater above the zone. And Harris strikes out. Peterson's 2nd K of the frame. Ballers get 3 in the inning on 3 hits. 440-foot tape measure blast by Christian Almanza in the first inning gives the Ballers the early edge on the Missoula Paddleheads here from Missoula, Montana. Paddleheads coming up when you return on 860 AM The Answer. Bottom of the first, 3-0 Ballers lead in Missoula thanks to a Christian Almanza 2-run bomb that followed a Cam Buford RBI double. 440-foot blast for Almanza. Lineup for the Paddleheads, 13-5 so far this season on a 7-game win streak. Gordon, Pena, Rosario, Fogel, Sanchez, Willman, Perez, Smith, Wilkerson. And it's a really good offense, but tonight they will face one of the best pitchers they've seen this season in Dylan Matsuoka, who's been the Ballers' best pitcher so far this season. Last time out was Wednesday at Glacier. He went 6, a career high, 4 innings, 3 earned runs, 4 walks, and tied his career high with 7 strikeouts. He's gotten 7 punchies in every start so far this season. 5'11", right-hander, 24 years old from Sammamish, Washington, making his 4th start. 2-0 record, 16 innings, 10 hits, 7 walks, 21 strikeouts, and a 2.81 ERA for Matsuoka. He faces the left-handed hitting Colin Gordon, who is digging in from the left side, making his 200th career appearance, his 200th career game in the Pioneer League, just counting regular season stats here. So congrats to Gordon on that fantastic mark. And he sees a pitch. It's a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Gordon, his 3rd different team in the Pioneer League. He's a 2nd-year paddlehead. Spent 2 years with Grand Junction and 1 with Glacier. And he rips one to center field. Charging in is O'Hara, and he makes the catch, 1 down. This Glacier offense, you're never out of a game, Missoula. You always have to, worry a little bit that they're just going to get hot. 5th best batting average in the league, 4th most runs scored, and 35 home runs. That leads the Pioneer League. Oh, and they can run too. 32 stolen bases. None more than this man, Roberto Pena, who leads the league in homers and is tied for 3rd with 10 stolen bases. A dangerous combo of speed and power, pops up to the right side. Almanza gives chase, running out of room, and he'll watch it bounce into the metal bleacher seating down the first base line, 0-1. Green shareback seats in front of home, stretched to the dugouts. Then a standing room only section of the metal bleachers out there and deep down the first base line and the third base line. 0-1. Pena gets twisted a little bit there, 0-2. In on the hands of that pitcher Matsuoka, who is way ahead of Pena, who just hit his league-leading 12th homer of the season Sunday, a 3-run bomb against Great Falls to extend his hit streak to 4 games. 0-2 to the powerful righty. Swung on and missed. And Matsuoka K's the home run king of the Pioneer League, Roberto Pena, here in the first. 2 down. That is, Roberto Pena is going to strike out, his 15th of the year, but he's also going to hit bombs. And so Matsuoka throws a really good breaking ball there for out number 2. Here's Mike Rosario. First pitch to him is high, 1-0. 2 outs, bases empty for Missoula. Oakland was able to string a 2-out rally together in the first. Paddleheads would like to do the same, trailing 3-0. 1-0. Grounded, first base, past the glove of Almanza and into right field. Running for second is Rosario, picked up by Santos out in right field, and he hits the cutoff man Harris as Rosario shows the antlers at second base with a double. That is his 7th double, 11th extra base hit of the season, as he doubles in his first at-bat of his 100th career game in the Pioneer League to extend his hit streak to 8. So a 2-out base runner for Adam Fogel. You want to avoid putting runners on for this guy as much as possible. And with first base empty, you definitely pitch around him, although Alex Sanchez is on a 6-game hit streak behind him with a whopping 14 RBI this season. So you hope to strike out Fogel here. He doesn't strike out a ton, 8 walks compared to 9 strikeouts. Pioneer League MVP at the dish against Matsuoka, the righty. First pitch, hanging breaking ball, called a ball high. That was well above the zone, 1-0. Fogel in the Great Falls series finally got hot this season. 5 homers, he hit 483. He had 4 3-hit games. 1-0. Matsuoka, good tight slider there on the outside edge. 1-1. You got to execute against these Missoula hitters or they will make you pay in a big way. Fogel in his career with Missoula has blasted 43 home runs in 2 seasons. Ballers up 3-0 here in the first, but a runner at second with 2 down. Pitch. Inside fastball, called a ball at 92. It was well in off the hands, 2-1. That's how you have to pitch Fogel. You cannot give him anything good over the plate or he will destroy it. 35 home runs last year for the lumbering right-hander. 6'5", 215. California native, by the way. 2-1. Swung on, driven. High and deep right field. Santos there in the deep gap at the 409 sign. He can't make the catch. Whipping it in is O'Hara in center field. It's an RBI double for Adam Fogel. A 379-foot double out there to right center field. And Santos did all he could, but couldn't haul it in. It's 3-1 ballers. Back-to-back 2-out doubles here in the first inning. I guess it's not worst case scenario. Fogel just missed a home run there. Back-to-back doubles with 2 down in the first means it's 3-1 Oakland. After their 3 spot in the top of this inning, Sanchez could tie it up with 1 swing here with 2 down. Fogel at second, Sanchez a lefty. First for Matsuoka is sliced foul left field onto the berm. Still had a lot of distance, 304 feet. 0-1 count. Sanchez on a 6-game hit streak, including a 5-for-6 game on Tuesday at Great Falls. 0-1 for Matsuoka. Swing and a miss at 91. Top of the zone, 0-2. Sanchez, 26-year-old from Jacksonville, Florida, stands at 5'11". Has driven in 14 this season. Fogel down at second with 2 down. Matsuoka, though, ahead in the count, 0-2. The righty set at the belt, hand in the red glove. He kicks and fires and misses outside with 92. It's been a busy first inning so far for Matsuoka after 2 relatively quick outs. A couple doubles following suit. Rosario scoring on the Fogle double. 1-2 to Sanchez. Drifts outside. Looked like the changeup there. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Deuces wild here in the bottom of the first. 3-1 Ballers lead Missoula. Sanchez, second-year paddlehead, playing in his 95th career Pioneer League game. 2-2, Matsuoka kicks and deals. And a fly ball deep to left center field. O'Hara at the fence, just shy of the fence, makes the grab for out number 3. A scary first inning for Missoula. They hit balls all over this yard. A lot to left and right center field, but only 1 run in the inning on the RBI double by Adam Fogle, who picks up his 22nd RBI of this season. Missoula gets 1 back. It's 3-1 Oakland heading to the second on 860 AM The Answer. Start of the second from Missoula. It's 3-1. Ballers lead. A lot of extra base hits so far in this game between the Ballers and the Paddleheads. Ballers got 2, so did Missoula in the first inning. A couple doubles for the Paddleheads, got a run in, but the Ballers had an RBI double from Cam Buford and then a 2-run homer from Christian Almanza. That was the biggest hit so far. Ball can fly here. We're at pretty high elevation here in Missoula. About 3,200 feet. And leading off this inning, it is Lou Helmick. So 7, 8, 9 to face the righty Peterson. First toss is inside with the fastball, 1-0. I'm Nevada Cohen. Chris Dorr is back in our 860 AM The Answer studio. Also got Cindy next to me, the scorekeeper for Missoula. She's a delight. Helmick to right field. Destroys the ball into the right center field gap and bounces it off the base of the wall. Helmick cruises into second with a leadoff double on the second pitch he sees of the day. Helmick with just his 5th extra base hit, 4 doubles now this season. Man, this ball must be easy to see today for both. These are 2 really good pitchers, Peterson and Matsuoka, and that's already the 5th extra base hit. It is a nice sunny day out here in Missoula, Montana. And I guess the Ballers might be, as Michael O'Hara digs in left side and takes a ball high, 1-0. Ballers might be helped by the fact that they're led by Aaron Miles, who in his day was known as one of the best daytime hitters in the major leagues. 1-0. O'Hara grounds it right side. It sneaks through. High chopper into right. Helmick gets the wave. The throw is a dart from Rosario, but Helmick scores standing up. It's an RBI knock for Michael O'Hara. Ballers answer Missoula's run in the bottom of the first with another in the top of the second. It's 4-1 Ballers. O'Hara able to bounce that one through the right side. High chopping ball. This is not the turf of Glaciers Park. This is normal grass, and the ball is due to bound a bit more. O'Hara, who hit 421 in the Glacier Series, gets an RBI knock his 5th RBI as an Oakland baller. Nobody out. Dylan Tatum next. 4-1 Ballers lead with none out in the top of the 2nd inning. Dylan Tatum, the 9-hitter, the catcher, takes a called strike. Fastball at 88 on the outer half. 0-1. Runner at first is O'Hara. He has not attempted a stolen base this season. Next to Tatum is yanked into the dirt. Good pick by Smith to keep O'Hara there at first. 1-1. Tatum had a big last couple games of the Glacier series. The last 2 he played in. Friday hit a home run to center field. And Glacier, against Glacier on Sunday, had a run scored and a hit. Also almost homered in that game, but it ended up being a deep fly out to right. 1-1 count, pitch. Tatum takes low, 2-1. So far we've seen the Mike Peterson that appeared the first 2 starts for the Paddleheads. He was not bad, but he did lose his first 2 starts. Really, it was the second start against Glacier that didn't go well for him. 11-8 loss. He gave up 7 earned and 10 hits. The Ballers have 5 hits already through the first 2 innings. And Tatum grounds one foul of third. Count will go even. It's 2-2. In that game last year against Oakland, Peterson allowed only 7 hits over 7 innings. So this pace here is not promising for him. Although he has Tatum 2-2, and he's looking for his 3rd strikeout. Tatum 8 strikeouts in 32 at-bats. O'Hara gets his lead at first. 2-2 pitch is grounded, a high chopper to third. It bounces over the bag, foul. That one easily could have been called fair, but being pretty much right behind a home plate, I didn't have a good angle of it. So you trust the home plate umpire there, who is Greg Hendricks today. Cody Kernut is the first base umpire, and Connor Lindsay down the 3rd base line. 4-1 Ballers lead, top of the 2nd. Still no one out in this inning. Runner at first is Michael O'Hara after his RBI knock through the right side. Just hit it right between that 3-4 hole. Pena and Willman could not get to it. 2-2. That's well outside. Breaking ball. Good hold from Tatum there. It's a full count. Peterson is already at 35, 36 pitches at this point. Doesn't have an out yet in the top of the 2nd inning. It's been hard work for him. Still 2 strikes. Runner goes. It's high and tight. It's ball 4. 88-mile-an-hour fastball, nowhere close. And even though O'Hara was stealing, there was no throw down because it was ball 4. It's the first walk from Peterson. Don't actually know for a fact, I should have asked, who the pitching coach is for Missoula, because Michael Schlacht was a pitcher himself, and Garrett Eddy is another assistant coach who was a pitcher last year for Missoula for a short time. So either of them could act as the pitching coach for the Range Riders. Back to the top of the lineup. We flipped the lineup card over to Tremaine Cobb Jr. here in the top of the 2nd. Oakland leading 4-1. Nobody out, 2 on. And the first is a hook that misses high at 77, 1-0. Peterson really just struggling for command at this point. But I don't even know if that's really the case. I think he might just be trying to hit the corners now because whatever he's thrown in the zone, the Ballers have pounced on. 1-0 to Cobb. Is low for a strike at 88. Good pitch, low inside corner. That's perfectly placed. That's painting the corners there. That's like the stuff I saw in the Missoula Art Museum today. Took a little stroll downtown. Really interesting work. 1-1. Cobb bounces it towards short, and it's past the backhand of Wilkerson. That was a tough hop for the former UNC Tar Heel, and in to score is O'Hara. It's an RBI knock for Tremaine Cobb Jr., and he is on an RBI tear. He's now driven in 4 in his last 3 games. Ballers lead 5-1. Another crooked number. Still no one out. This is not the start Missoula was hoping for on a 7-game win streak. Hoping to keep that rolling. Ballers hot as well, though, and this offense is no slouch. Now, I'm going to say this is Michael Schlacht coming out there, the field manager for the Missoula Paddleheads in his 5th year. He was a pitcher, drafted in the 3rd round out of high school by the Texas Rangers in 2004, and he's been the head man for these Paddleheads since 2021 when he was the manager of the year. But Peterson's in deep trouble here in the second inning after the RBI single by Tremaine Cobb Jr. Tatum advanced to second on that ground ball that just took a wicked hop past Wilkerson. This is a Missoula team also that is one of the best fielding teams in the league. Their .970 fielding percentage is second best. They pitch well, they hit well, they field well, fully deserving as of that number 3 ranking right now. They're the third best team in the league. But they trail 5-1 here with nobody out in the top of the second. It's Isai Santos, who struck out looking his last time, not looking to strike out here. And he swings and chops one right side. It gets through, scoots past Cobb. Tatum coming in to score. The throw will go towards second. Back-to-back RBI singles to the right side for the Ballers here in the second inning, as Santos has his third RBI in 2 games, and the Ballers lead 6-1 on their second straight 3 spot. And there are still nobody out. Still none out in this second inning. Death by 1,000 paper cuts right now in this second inning for Oakland. A double and 3 singles plus a walk as Tatum scored from second after walking. Cobb moved to second as he just kind of had to backpedal slightly. A little scoot back out of the way to avoid being hit by that chopper by Santos. And Cobb did a good job to shield it from the Missoula infield. Now Druick, first pitch swinging, fouls it off to left field. 0-1. Extended his hit streak to 13 games with his first inning knock, then came home on the Buford RBI double, scoring all the way from first base on that fly ball into left center. Druick with 8 home runs. That's tied for second in the league with several other players, including Adam Fogel of the Paddleheads. Takes a fastball low, 1-1. 6-1 Ballers. Nobody out. 2 on in the top of the second inning. Missoula's played some high-scoring games recently. Usually they're the ones on the high-scoring end of it. 1-1. Druick swings and crushes one to center field right at Sanchez. Runner can tag here in Cobb. He'll stay, though, at second. No reason to risk it with nobody out. Now there's 1 out after the line out by Druick. First out of the second inning comes 6 batters in. 2 on, 1 out for Cam Buford, who smashed an RBI double on a breaking ball last time. So it'll be interesting to see what Peterson pitches him here. Does he go back to that breaking ball and try to miss with it instead of leave it over the plate? Or does he go fastball knowing that Buford has the ability to hit the breaking ball for power? 6-1 Ballers lead, top of the second. First to Buford is popped up. Right field, foul ground. Pena gives it a look, but that's all he'll give it, as it falls just shy of the party deck out in right field. Nice crowd on hand here in Missoula, especially for a Tuesday night. Quiet so far because they've been quieted by the Ballers' bats. Just wait until the 6th inning. That's when things really get going. It's known as the peanut inning here in Missoula. Buford swings high, chopper. Texas Leaguer over third will score Cobb, and that's the 3rd RBI single in 4 batters for Oakland. That was a high chopper just over Perez, the 3rd baseman. He really had no chance as it bounded into left field. Guess that's one thing you can do to get hits here in Missoula, chop the ball sharply into the ground, because it took a trampolining bounce over the left side of the infield for Cam Buford, who has 2 RBI hits in his first 2 plate appearances today. And it's 7-1 Ballers with a 4 spot here in the top of the second inning, and still just 1 out. Christian Almanza next. Remember what he did last time? This time he flies one to left field. Fogel, though, giving chase. He could get there, and he's just short of it. It falls harmlessly foul, 0-1. So Santos at second, Buford at first, with a 7-1 Oakland lead here in the second inning. 7 runs on 8 hits so far for the Ballers. Last 4 hits have been singles. Before that were 3 extra base hits and then a single prior. 0-1. Almanza takes a 90-mile-an-hour fastball off the edge, 1-1. Ballers is showing incredible patience here. They have not chased pitches today against Peterson. 2 on with 1 out for Almanza, 440-foot bomb last time up. And Almanza tries to check his swing and does. an appeal down to second. And Connor Lindsay says he did not offer at the low pitch. 2-1. That was a really good breaking ball from Peterson, but not enough of a bite from Almanza. 6-run lead for the Ballers here in the second. 1 out. Santos at second, Buford at first. Almanza the lefty against Peterson the righty. Swings and hits it sharply down the right field line, but foul. Almanza sent that 193 off the bat, got an inside fastball, and was able to bring the hands to it. He doesn't mind a low pitch, and it was on the low inside corner. The one he hit in his home run in the first inning was on an inside pitch. Count is 2-2. Pitch from Peterson. Almanza swings and jacks it. It's deja vu all over again for Christian Almanza. He goes 412 to right center, and it's 10-1 Ballers in the second. A nearly identical swing there from Almanza. This time he got a high fastball, set at 99 off the bat, just over the 409 sign in right center, maybe a bit to the right of it for a 3-run bomb. It's his first professional 2-homer ball game, and he does it in the first 2 innings. 10-1 Oakland with 1 out in the second. He is just owning Peterson today. Again, this is the Pioneer League Pitcher of the Year from 2024. Mike Peterson is one of the best arms this league has to offer, and the Ballers have just been all over him today. It's inexplicable, really. Now Danny Harris takes outside for a ball. Again, last time the Ballers faced him, last year, he went 7 and gave up just 3 earned runs. 1-0. Harris takes a breaking ball on the outside corner for a strike. That was off the plate, but called a strike. 1-1. A generous call, but I don't mind it here, trying to help Peterson get out of this inning. 1-1. Off the end of the bat, foul, 1-2. Doesn't really matter if it's your team when there is a pitcher who's just struggling out there, and especially as good of a pitcher as Peterson is. You hate to see it. Again, with him and Matsuoka on the mound, you expected this game to be a pitcher's duel, and it has been anything but. 10-1 Ballers in the top of the second inning. 1-2. Harris bounces it over the mid of Peterson and into center field. And now every Baller has gotten a hit in this game except for Dylan Tatum through just 2 innings. That was an 89-mile-an-hour fastball right down the middle, and Harris did not miss it. Lou Helmick is next. He led off this inning with a double. Ballers are in 7th heaven with a 7 spot in the top of the second inning and a 10-run lead. 1 out in the frame, and Helmick back up for the second time in this inning. And he swings and lifts one lazily foul, left side. Good effort from the third baseman, Perez, to help out his pitcher. What an effort by the third baseman chasing that one down in foul ground as Helmick pops up foul over towards that Missoula bullpen. Man, when a pitcher is struggling, you love to see a player just go all out for a baseball, and that's what Perez did there, tracking down that pop fly foul by Helmick. There's now 2 down in the inning with Harris at first. O'Hara next, RBI single through the right side last time. First pitch outside for a ball, and Dylan Matsuoka is having to throw now in the Oakland bullpen just to stay loose. This has been a long inning. This game started 7:18. We've played almost 40 minutes and are still in the top of the second. Next, O'Hara drops in for a strike, 1-1. 2 outs, Harris at first, 10-1 Ballers in the top of the second inning. One count. Peterson from the stretch delivers. O'Hara swings and misses. That's a good changeup from Mike Peterson. Maybe figuring out one inning too late that pitch would be an effective one for him tonight. And now he's ahead 1-2 on the lefty O'Hara. And O'Hara swats one in the air to shallow left field. Fogel lazily just walks to the ball. It's a lazy pop fly, and he tracks it down for out number 3. Ballers send 11 to the plate in the second inning and score 7 runs. They get 4 singles, no, make that 5 singles, a double, and a home run. They get 7 hits in the inning, and they lead 10-1. We'll head to the home second here from Missoula on 860 AM The Answer. Well, if you're just now tuning in, it's 10-1, so you've missed quite a bit. Ballers lead the Paddleheads. Christian Almanza has hit 2 home runs in 2 innings, and the Ballers are hitting it all over the yard here in Missoula. Dylan Matsuoka definitely appreciates this run support. He's gotten a good bit of it this season, except for Wednesday at Glacier in a 3-3 tie, which the Ballers won. But in the rest of the game, 16 runs for the Ballers, 9 runs for the Ballers, and now 10 through just 2 innings for Matsuoka, who did give up 1 on 2 doubles in the first inning. Now faces Cam Whaleman, right-handed hitter, to start the bottom of the second. And the first pitch is a ball inside, 1-0. It is also time for this day in Oakland baseball history. Let's rewind to 1930. 1-0. That is slashed into the gap in right center field. This is extra bases. O'Hara goes to cut it off, but it bounds over the wall for a ground rule double. So for Whaleman, who went 4 for 6 on Thursday against Great Falls, but then 0 for 5 Sunday, looks like another maybe 4 for 6 day for him as he grabs his 39th double for the Missoula Paddleheads in his career. That is 5 on the season. Whaleman, the 4th-year Paddlehead franchise player, attacking early in that count against Matsuoka. 3rd double for Missoula today against the Ballers righty. Next up, Carlos Perez, 3rd baseman, right-handed hitter. First pitch, breaking ball in for a strike, 0-1. So June 10th, 1930, this day in 1930, the Pacific Coast League has its first night game when Sacramento hosts Oakland before 10,000 fans at Mooring Park. Pop-up, shallow to shortstop, actually. Cobb is there, 1 down. Taylor Smith is next, the catcher for Missoula. They trail 10-1 in the bottom of the second inning. Whaleman at second after his leadoff double. At Mooring Park in 1930, June 10th, this day in Oakland baseball history, 180,000 watts of light from 40 lamps on 40 poles help power the action. Sacramento hosting Oakland. And then by the end of the season, every Pacific Coast League team had lights. Can't flash back to a Ballers game. They did not play on June 10th last year, so we go way back to 1930. First pitch, a strike to the righty Smith, 0-1. Smith, last game, Friday against Great Falls, and went 3 for 5, a season high in hits. Also drove in 1, 25-year-old from Georgetown, Texas. 0-1 for Matsuoka. Good tight slider in there for strike 2. Smith, another second-year Paddlehead. 1 through 8 in this order, or I think that's the case at this point. Yeah, 1 through 8, all returners for this Paddlehead squad. Pretty cool. Foul ball back to the screen, 0-2. 1 out runner at second for Missoula, trailing Oakland 10-1 here in the bottom of the second inning at Allegiance Field, Ogren Park, Missoula, Montana. Sun still out. It is 8:02 local time, 7 o'clock back in the Bay. Matsuoka Still looking for his second strikeout. He got one in the first inning. 0-2 pitch. High and away. Went with the slider there and missed. 1-2. Runner at second is Willman after that leadoff double. Righty-righty battle here in the bottom of the second. Tatum sets up outside. Matsuoka hits his spot, but no chase from Smith. Met a couple people today, Terry and her son, Brian. Brian, a Missoula fan, lives out here in Missoula. Terry lives out in California. She's a Baller fan, and I got to meet them before the game. That was pretty awesome. 2-2. Pop up, right side, should be out of play. Almanza giving it a look, though, and it is onto the party deck. Still 2-2. But it's pretty cool to meet Terry and Brian and see some Ballers fans out here in Missoula. Oakland travels well. Saw more Ballers fans too, and hoping to run into hopefully meet all the Ballers fans that are here in attendance today at Oakland Park. Still 2-2 on the 8-hitter and catcher Smith. Has 16 strikeouts in 12 games and 46 at-bats this season, but he's a tough out right here. Willman will go back to second as time is called. Now we're ready for the 2-2 again. Matsuoka looks in for the sign. And comes set at the belt. Looks towards second. Lifts the leg, comes home. And nearly drills him with 90. And Smith arguing it hit his jersey. He will not be awarded first by Greg Hendricks. I'd be arguing it hit my jersey too if I was brushed back like that. Gonna get scared like that, you might as well get your base. Instead, it's 3-2. Payoff? Really good breaking ball, top of the zone at 81, strike 3, and no challenge from Smith. And man, is he unlucky because that just got the top of the zone. It's a good call from Greg Hendricks, unfortunately, for Smith. And Matsuoka has a second strikeout, 2 down. Leadoff double by Willman. He's still down there at second. Colby Wilkerson trying to bring him in. Wilkerson, the 9-hitter for the Paddleheads today. And shortstop on a 5-game hit streak. He really tore it up in that series at Great Falls, hitting .563. And first pitch to him is sliced foul towards the Missoula bullpen and bounces all the way back into left field in the field of play. Lou Helmick will have to get it. So it's 0-1 on Wilkerson. Runner at second for Missoula. 10-1 Ballers lead in the bottom of the second inning. Willman had a leadoff double. Hit that into right center field. It was a ground rule double as well. 0-1. That is punched into center field. This should get a run home. Just a little blooper into left center as Helmick fields and fires and overthrows second. But it won't matter. It's just an RBI single for Colby Wilkerson. And Missoula has another run. It's 10-2. You could argue too little, too late, but we're still really early in this game. And so the Paddleheads, if they can keep chipping away, they can always find a way. After the leadoff double by Willman, he scores on the 2-out RBI single blooped into left by the left-handed hitting Wilkerson. Brings up another left-hander in Colin Gordon, who lined out sharply to center his first time. First pitch to the left-handed hitter from the righty Matsuoka is in for a ball at 81. 1-0. Gordon on a 5-game hit streak, 3 straight multi-hit games, including a 4-for-5 performance with 3 doubles on Friday. And he hits one back to the screen, 1-1. Nice view here at Oakland Park, especially if you're sitting right in front of this press box. Nice little home plate area where you can sit. You get an unobstructed view. Fans get the view, and we get the view in the press box, and I'm not complaining one bit about it. 10-2, Oakland leads, 2 outs, bottom of the second. 1-1 count, pitch clock at 5. And the pitch is rifled to center field, sending O'Hara back towards the track, and it's the second straight line out to center from Gordon. He is smashing the baseball, but unfortunately right to O'Hara both times. Another run for Missoula on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left. That's the same thing that happened in the first inning. Ballers hoping to do the same thing they did in the second inning. It's 10-2 Ballers after their 7-run second. Can they score again in the third? We'll probably see a new pitcher, it looks like, for Missoula here in this third inning. We'll tell you who it is when you return on 860 AM The Answer. Beginning of the third inning here for Missoula, Montana. Nevada Cullen with Chris Dorr back in our 860 AM The Answer studios. It is 10-2 Oakland after their 7-run second. And so, because of that pretty catastrophic inning for Michael Peterson, he's done going just 2 innings, 10 hits, 10 runs, all earned, a walk and 2 strikeouts. Peterson gave up 2 home runs to Christian Almanza. And he gives way for Reese Fields. Fields pitched Sunday for the Missoula Paddleheads. Fields went more than an inning. Got the win, 2 hits, 2 earned runs, and a strikeout. I don't know exactly how long he pitched because Great Falls entered it incorrectly. He entered in the 5th, and that's why he got the win in that 9-8 win. Missoula went ahead early in that game, and then they held on. He'll face the 9-hitter Dylan Tatum to start his day, then the top of the lineup. And the first to Tatum. Ben's in for a strike. Nice curveball there, 0-1. Fields, 23-year-old righty from West Columbia, South Carolina. So maybe grow up rooting for the Gamecocks. But he was teammates with Pat Monteith at North Greenville for 4 years before coming to Missoula. Now Tatum takes a strike on the outside corner, 0-2. And that one was off the plate just by a hair. Not a bad pitch. Not a bad miss by home plate umpire. Fields, 8.25 ERA this season, 1-1 record, 7 games. This is his 8th appearance. 1 save, 12 innings, 9 walks, 19 Ks. And he picks up his 20th with a breaking ball against Tatum. 1 away. That's a good start for Fields. 1 out, bases empty for the Ballers here in the top of the third inning, leading 10-2. Fields, importantly, just 1 home run allowed this season, hoping to keep the ball in the ball yard after Almanza had 2 through the first 2 innings. Here's Tremaine Cobb Jr. First to him is a strike, 0-1. Cobb 1 for 2 today with an RBI knock in the second inning, part of that 7-run inning for the Ballers. First pitch was a strike on the breaking ball. Second pitch, another breaking ball, and he went 0-2. That one a bit faster. That was the slider from Fields. The first pitch was the curveball. Going with a lot of junk here early against Oakland. Trying to keep him off balance with that breaking ball. And then he zips a fastball at 92 way off the plate. Waste pitch, 1-2, trying to change the eye level there of Cobb, who extended his hit streak to 6 with his RBI single in the second inning. Just able to get one through the right side. 1-2. Bends away, 2-2. Good hold on the really frisbee-like slider there from Fields. A 2-2 pitch on its way. And it grabs the outside corner, strike 3. 92-mile-an-hour fastball. And Cobb was probably sitting breaking ball there. Two straight strikeouts to start the day for Fields. That was a great clip they played on the video board of Adam Sandler from one of his many movies, throwing a dodgeball at some kids. 2 down, bases empty for Isai Santos, RBI single his last time. And still going with the breaking ball. Curveball misses low, 1-0. So Fields, the righty, throwing the curveball to a lefty in Santos, showing he's not afraid to throw the breaking ball to righties or lefties. 2 outs, bases empty for the Ballers, up 10-2 in the third. 91-mile-an-hour fastball is low, just beneath the zone, 2-0. Missoula trying to keep the Ballers scoreless after giving up 10 runs in the first 2 innings. 1 out away from a goose egg in the third. Santos is ahead, 2-0. And he checks his swing at a breaking ball in. That was the slider, but missed, 3-0, and Santos has the red light here. So I'd expect the fastball from Fields, likely right down the middle. Now, if Santos sees one he can hit, he might have the green light, only if it's right down the middle. He takes. It is a 91-mile-an-hour fastball. It was not right down the middle. It was low and inside. Good pitch from Fields. Trying to come back in this at-bat. Hitters count here for Santos. 3-1. The lefty leans back in his stance. The righty Fields from the windup delivers, and Santos takes 92 at the bottom of the zone. Near the spot of strike one, it's 3-2. I'd imagine he goes back to the breaking ball here after 2 straight fastballs to Santos. Trying to see if he can get him to chase one on 3-2. Payoff. Santos bounced it foul. It was the fastball again, and it was down the middle, and he just missed. He was early, though. So Santos was ready for the fastball there. Now we'll see if Fields might go to the breaking ball, considering Santos was all over the fastball down the middle. 6 on the pitch timer. Fields starts and goes. Swing and a miss. Fastball again, high and in, and Santos couldn't get to it. Fields strikes out the side in order in the third to give a little bit of a momentum boost there to the Missoula Paddleheads. They do trail, though, 10-2 as we go to the bottom of the third inning here from Missoula on 860 AM The Answer. Oakland leads, bottom of the third inning. Paddleheads trying to get some momentum here. Heffernan Insurance Brokers has been helping people make smart decisions since day one, offering business insurance, personal home and auto, employee benefits, and retirement and wealth management. Make a smart decision for your business or family today. Visit Heffernan Insurance Brokers online at HEFFINS.com. That's HEFFINS.com. Ballers held scoreless in the top of this third, and Matsuoka hoping to keep Missoula scoreless for the first time today, but he's got to face this gauntlet of Pena, Rosario, Fogel. So good luck. I'm Nevada Khan, Chris Dorr back in our 860 AM The Answer studio. Thank you for tuning in on this Tuesday evening. Matsuoka, 2 runs allowed on 4 hits, 3 doubles. And has to face Pena here. Struck out his first time against Matsuoka. First pitch is in, 88-mile-an-hour fastball, high and tight, nothing at 1-0. Pena, 25 years old, from Venezuela, Caracas native. And takes their 81 just a tad high, 2-0. Pena celebrating his 26th birthday on Wednesday, tomorrow. 2-0. Grounded foul of third, 2-1. Pena leads the league in homers with 12, slugging percentage, 925. Second with 33 RBI. 2 balls and a strike on Pena. Pitch for Matsuoka. Lasered in outside, just off the plate. Wow, where did that miss? That should have been strike 2. But apparently it was off the plate. Looked like it was on the outside corner. Was on the outside corner. Called a ball, though. 3-1. Now a breaking ball, line foul. Hooked down the left field line, 3-2. Pena 6'1", so he's not the biggest in stature. He is 210 pounds, and he's got ample power. 20 extra base hits, 8 doubles, and 12 home runs. He had 27 doubles and 24 home runs last year, plus a triple. 52 total extra base hits. Now the umpires are going to talk. Count is 3-2, but the umpires will chat about it. It's definitely a 3-2 count. Yeah, 3-2. That's what they're saying. That's what you have. Talking to Cindy over by my right, the video board operator for the Missoula Paddleheads, and she nailed it. It's a 3-2 count. We're on it. The umpires didn't realize it, but that's okay. Cindy was right. The umpires were wrong. So a payoff coming from Matsuoka to Pena here. Struck him out last time swinging. Tough to do twice. And he misses high and tight with a fastball at 91 and walks him. So Pena aboard with no one out in the bottom of the third. 10-2 Ballers lead. Pena obviously going to get his walks. That's his 12th of the year. Next up, Mike Rosario, who doubled down the right field line last time. That just snuck under the glove of Christian Almanza. And Almanza better be ready this time. He's holding the runner Pena, though, who is one of the best stealers in the league with 8 stolen bases. First pitch, high chopper to first. Little leaping attempt by Almanza, but it's foul, 0-1. This is career game number 100 for the Paddleheads for Rosario, at least in the regular season. And with his double in the first, he extended his hit streak to 8 games. 24-year-old from Newberry, Florida. Jacks one to right field. This is off the wall, and Santos gets to it quickly. This could save a run. Quickly goes into Harris, and it does save a run. Pena can only get to third on the double by Rosario, but here come the Paddleheads. Don't look now. Second double of the game by Rosario. His 11th multi-hit game of the year, and his 8th double. Rifled that one at 104 down the right field line, and that brings up the big slugger, Adam Fogel. Now, in some situations, you would just walk him here with an empty base at first. Fogel, a booming double last time up. But in a 10-2 ball game, I don't think that's the right move. If he hits a homer, it's 10-5. If he walks and someone else hits a homer, it's 10-6. And so I think you at least try to pitch to him here. Easier said than done. RBI double last time, 379 feet to right center field. The lumbering righty takes high at 81, the slider, 1-0. Runner at third is Pena. Runner at second is Rosario. Paddleheads trail 10-2 in the bottom of the third inning. Looking to erase that big deficit in a hurry. Fogel with 21, now 22 RBI this year, gets plunked by Matsuoka in the back at 89. Might have hit the shoulder. His left arm. He's in a significant amount of pain, it seems. I hope he didn't get hit on the elbow. Either way, Fogel's aboard, but he's not really walking towards first, and his manager is out there, as is the athletic trainer. Michael Schlacht checking on Fogel. Fastball got away there from Matsuoka, probably trying to throw it high and in, not trying to hit him. And he just missed badly high and in. Fogel slowly walking towards first, and the bases are loaded for Missoula here in the third inning. Nobody out. Paddleheads trying to make the Ballers pay for that hit by pitch. Jim Giedrich coming out now, pitching coach for the Ballers before this at bat. Alex Sanchez last time flew out to center field. Flew out pretty deep though. Catcher Dylan Tatum comes out as well with Jim Diedrich. Dylan Matsuoka, his second year in the league, last year with the Raptors, did not face this team, the Missoula Paddleheads. He joined the team right after they faced last season. Matsuoka spent 2 years at Charleston Southern before joining the Ogden Raptors last year and starting his pro career. Matsuoka, the native of Sammamish, Washington, has been solid this year for the Ballers. Again, has only allowed 5 earned runs, but today already 2 earned runs, and definitely could be more here in the bottom of the third. Bases loaded, none out. Matsuoka facing the lefty, Alex Sanchez, who flew out sharply to center his last time. Bases juiced, 10-2 Ballers lead for the Paddleheads, though, trying to erase that deficit. First pitch just off the plate, low and outside for Matsuoka, 1-0. Just missed with the fastball on Sanchez. Has driven in 14 this year for the Paddleheads, hitting in that 5 spot. And the bases are loaded. And he takes a good breaking ball low. No chase. 2-0. Nowhere to put Sanchez, who has walked 11 times this season. So he could very well see a good pitch to hit here for Matsuoka. The 2-0. Popped up, foul, out of play. He did see a middle fastball, and he was just late. That one could have been a different pitch there from Matsuoka. It was 88. So it was likely a fastball, but might have been a different variation of it. 2-1. Check swing. Did he go? An appeal down to second, and no, says Connor Lindsay, and it's 3-1. High inside fastball. Missed for Matsuoka. And this is a true hitter's count here. One member of the audience chanting walk, because if Matsuoka does walk Sanchez here, then Pena scores from third. Already 2 free passes in the inning, a walk and a hit by pitch for Matsuoka. Ballers up 10-2. 5 on the pitch clock. 4, 3, 2, gotta go. He delivers. And he misses high and away at 90. Ball 4, Matsuoka walks in a run. It's an RBI for Sanchez, his 15th of the year. Base is still loaded with none out for Cam Willman. Last time doubled to right center field. Ballers could really use an out here. 4 have reached to start this inning for the Paddleheads. It's 10-3. They scored 1 in each inning, and that lead will disappear quickly for the Ballers if they're not careful. Again, a double his last time up. Willman has driven in 10 this year. Right-handed hitter against the righty Matsuoka. First pitch. Breaking ball. Swung on and missed. Willman chased. Ball 1. Bags are juiced. Rosario, Fogel, and Sanchez. Matsuoka trying to get his man here. He would love a strikeout or a double play. Those are the best 2 situations here. Maybe a pop-up as well. And Willman nearly gets hit. That breaking ball just did not break. I guess it broke a little bit. It was started way too inside, though. Missoula can smell the blood in the water. The Paddleheads coming off a series where they just scored runs in bunches. Have the bases loaded with none out. And Willman takes a breaking ball way, I guess not way off the dish, but Tatum did have to reach to save it. 2-1. Missoula in the series against Great Falls averaged 14 runs per game. So you know they're going to put up runs. Just a matter of limiting the damage. Bases loaded, none out, 10-3, Ballers lead, bottom of the third pitch. Willman pops it up. This is into shallow left center field. Helmick wants it. Runner might tag. Helmig makes the catch, twists, fires home. It's a strong throw. Runner heading towards third. 1 run scores. It's a sac fly to left field. Willman gets the job done, but the Ballers do get a first out. Rosario scores from third, and Helmick misses the cutoff man, so Fogle tags for third. Sanchez stays at first, met at the corners with 1 out for Missoula, trailing 10-4. Good pitch there for Matsuoka, went inside with the fastball and got the pop-up from Willman, who just got enough for the sac fly there out to left center field. Hit it 236 feet, which is just long enough to be a sac fly. Helmick really did not get behind the ball, which hurt him. Now it's the 7-hitter, Perez. Carlos Perez popped up to short last time. Double play gets the Ballers out of this inning, but Sanchez at first. We'll see if he tries to steal. He does on the first pitch. It's a ball. The throw goes down to second. It's skipped towards second, and a good play by Harris just to get the baseball. Not a good throw from Tatum. Sanchez steals second. 1-0 count. And for Sanchez, that is his 5th stolen base in 6 tries. Still 15 last season for the Paddleheads. Next pitch to Perez is called a strike on the outside corner. That was a generous call from Greg Hendricks. So I guess as long as it's going both ways, it's definitely been a pitcher-friendly zone on that outside corner. Perez popped up to short first time up. Runners at second and third for him here with 1 out. He swings and hits one back to the screen, 1-2. It's a big at bat in this game because if he gets a hit here, it could drive in 2 and make it 10-6, which feels a lot different than 10-4. Right now, it still feels like the Ballers are in command. But as soon as Missoula puts up more runs, then the Paddleheads, that offense can just start. It's really infectious, this offense. They just pass the bat. 1-2 pitch to the righty Perez from the righty Matsuoka is hit sharply towards short. Backhand, Cobb, long throw to first is just in time. That was nearly a bad mistake from Cobb. He looked towards home. There was no play there as Fogle scored. Sanchez goes to third on the play, and Perez is out on the 6-3 putout. 2 down. 10-5 Ballers, a 3-run inning for Missoula here in the third. Matsuoka now trying to strand the runner. Sanchez at third. 2 outs, 3 across for the Paddleheads. It's 10-5 Oakland, 2 outs, and it's Taylor Smith next, who struck out looking in the second. Chance for him to get redemption here, though, and make it a 1-swing ball game. First pitch, yikes, fastball near the dirt for Matsuoka, 1-0. Facing Missoula, you'd figure if Matsuoka was finally going to have a bad outing, it would be today, and today has been far from his best stuff, only 2 strikeouts. And he has allowed 5 hits. Worst of all, 3 walks in the inning. He walked in 1 run. 1-0 has popped up behind home, 1-1. Matsuoka, who's been so good for the Ballers so far this season, finally meeting his match here in Missoula, just as Mike Peterson met his with the Oakland offense. 1-1 count. Matsuoka set at the belt. Pitches. Gets a pop-up. Right side. Harris over. Almanza over. Harris, the second baseman, makes the catch while backpedaling into right field. And that is how the inning ends. Matsuoka does strand 1 runner, but 3 score after he loaded the bases and walked in a run. He gets out of it in relatively short order after walking in the run with a sac fly, a sacrifice ground out, and a Taylor Smith pop-up to end the inning. Just 1 hit in the inning for the Paddleheads, but they get 3 runs, and they're right back in this ballgame. It's 10-5 Ballers as we head to the 4th here from Ogren Park in Missoula, Montana. Start of the fourth. Ballers lead 10-5 against the Missoula Paddleheads here from Montana. Nevada Cohen with you, Chris Dorr. Back in our 860 AM The Answer studio. And the Ballers need to get something going here in the fourth inning because they struck out in order in the third, and Missoula has scored the last 4 runs of this ball game to get right back in it. Well, it's going to be a weird wide world of baseball tonight in the top of the fourth inning with Fields coming up. You know what? I think we might just move it to the bottom of the fourth inning. So wide world of baseball will be in the bottom of the fourth inning, and you'll see why we're moving it tonight. Davis Druick here to lead off the top of the fourth inning. 10-5 Ballers lead. First pitch is a strike, 91-mile-an-hour fastball, top of the zone, 0-1. See how Fields looked after, let's see how he looks after having to wait a while in between innings. 0-1 count pitch. Druick swings, bouncing it weakly to second. Willman fields and throws to first for the out, 1 down. So he's retired 4 straight. Brings up Cam Buford. 1 out, bases empty for the Ballers. 10-5 lead for Oakland over the Paddleheads. High-scoring game. 15 combined runs through the first 3 innings. Ballers lead by 5 because of a 7 spot in the second. Buford has 2 RBI hits already in this game. First toss to the righty. Breaking ball for a strike, 0-1. And if you'll remember, the third inning, Fields got 3 strikeouts, largely using that breaking ball. He did use the fastball to get Santos, the lefty, though. Buford did double on a breaking ball in the first inning. Takes a fastball off the dish at 91 here. A ball and a strike on Buford. Now has a 4-game hit streak and has 8 multi-hit games so far as a baller. Came in hitting .328. 23-year-old former Grambling State Bulldog has been raking. He swings and misses at 84. That was high, the breaking ball there. And he chased it 1-2. Ballers do not have a hit since the second inning. It was Danny Harris who had the last hit of that 7-run inning. 1 out here in the top of the fourth. Buford takes off the plate 1-2. That was way outside. The count is even. 2-2 count. Righty Fields working from the windup. He comes home, and Buford pops up on a breaking ball behind second. Willman wants it. He thinks he has it. He backpedals. He makes the grab. 2 down. So he makes the first 2 putouts of the fourth inning. And it brings up Christian Almanza, who, I mean, if you walked him at this point, who would blame you? Almanza, so far today, has driven in 5, which is just 1 shy of his career high. That was on the 23rd of May against Ogden. He takes a ball, breaking ball high, 1-0. Almanza with 2 home runs, a 2-run homer in the first, a 3-run homer in the second inning. 1-0 pitch. Almanza takes way in at 92, 2-0. Fields essentially pitching around Almanza. Don't think he's going to see much to hit the rest of the game if Paddleheads can help it. They'd rather take their luck with literally anyone else. Open stance lefty waits. 2-0 pitch to Almanza is off the dish at 92. 3-0. And let's see if he sees one over the plate here, maybe. This would be the time to throw a strike, but if he throws one over the middle, Almanza's swinging. He's got the green light in this game. 3-0 pitch is down. So at the least surprising result of the day, Almanza walks after homering twice. Brings up Danny Harris with a runner on first, and the Ballers up 10-5 in the top of the fourth, 2 down. Harris has a strikeout his first time, but singled past the pitcher Peterson in the second inning. Mike Peterson going just 2 innings today, giving up 10 earned runs, but his Paddleheads battling back so far. First pitch of Danny Harris. Breaking ball. That was at the top of the zone, nothing in one. A hanger, but Harris was maybe thinking fastball there. Almanza takes his lead off of first. Fields, the righty, with 3 strikeouts so far. Those all came in the 3rd inning. Set at the belt. He wheels and deals, and Harris strikes one foul off to the right. Got a middle fastball and was just late on it. Maybe thinking breaking ball that time. If so, he's guessed wrong both times. Standing in the box right side, readjusts the helmet. Even stance right-handed hitter, Danny Harris. Righty-righty battle between him and Fields. 0-2 pitch on its way. Fouled straight back. Harris had 4 hits against Glacier in the series. Not his best series, but had a huge hit Wednesday. Game-tying 2-out triple in the 8th. Helped Oakland to win that game in the knockout round. That was the Cam Buford game, the 5 home run performance. 6 on the pitch timer for Fields. He delivers, and Harris hits it sharply, and it takes a wicked hop past second and into center field. Almanza truck into third. It's a 2-out knock for Danny Harris, who has his 6th multi-hit game of the season. Ballers get man at the corners with 2 down, and they bring up Lou Helmick. That was a rocket past Willman. 104 off the bat of Harris. Brings up Lou Helmick. Heard a "Here we go, Lou" from a Ballers fan in the crowd here at Oakland Park in Missoula, where the Ballers lead 10-5. Start of inning number 4, 2 down. Man at the corners for Helmick, who doubled in his first at-bat today. He's 1 for 2. First pitch hook drops in for a strike, top of the zone at 76. Breaking ball there from Fields. The curveball, nothing in 1. Helmick popped out to third base last time. Trying to add on to this 5-run lead for the Ballers after the Paddleheads have scored the last 4 runs of this game. Helmick takes a fastball low, 1-1. Helmick has driven in 11 this season. Got his 4th double of the season with his 2nd inning 2-bagger. He led off that inning and then came up again in that frame and popped out. 1-1 count. Fields set at the belt. Lefty Helmick waits. Swings, and that's a high chopper to second. Willman comes down with it, throw to first in time. Helmick hit it straight into the ground, so it acted like a pop-up coming down to the second baseman, Willman, who makes the play 4-3 and is responsible for all 3 outs in the 4th. The Ballers get a 2-out knock from Danny Harris, but Strand man at the corners. It's 10-5 Ballers over the Paddleheads. We go to the 4th. Paddleheads trying to continue their rally here at Oakland Park on 860 AM The Answer. Bottom of the 4th inning, 10-5 Oakland leads, trying to put up a 0. Dylan Matsuoka for the first time today after Missoula got 3 in the 3rd. He badly needs a 0. They'll face 9-1-2. It is time now for the wide world of baseball. We're talking about Pullman, Washington today. And the reason I moved it to the bottom of the 4th is I'd rather do the wide world of baseball when the Ballers are in the field. And, well, we were going to talk about Pullman because of Missoula's Mike Peterson, who was the starter, and since he's no longer pitching, there's no reason to do it when another pitcher's on the mound. But I still want to talk about Pullman because I thought it was cool that, first of all, Mike Peterson's from Pullman, Washington, and Dylan Matsuoka, the starter today for Oakland, is a Sammamish native. So both pitchers today from the state of Washington. Matsuoka to face Wilkerson to start the bottom of the 4th inning. First toss is outside for a ball, 1-0. Pullman, the hometown of Mike Peterson, Missoula's starter who got roughed up a bit today, is the most populous city in Whitman County, located in southeastern Washington, an hour 20 south of Spokane. 1-0. Swing and a miss early at the changeup there for Matsuoka, 1-1. Population just shy of 33,000 as of 2020, and home to Washington State University. Pullman is 8 miles as well from University of Idaho in Moscow. There's a strike. Nice changeup, or breaking ball there. Backdoored him. 1-2. So Pullman, it's the home of Washington State, so good college sports town. 1-2. Inside and low, 2-2. It was originally, though, named Three Forks after the 3 small rivers that converged there, the Missouri Flat Creek, the Dry Fork, and the South Fork of the Palouse River. It was renamed in 1884 for George Pullman, the American industrialist. 2-2. Line drive past shortstop and over the second base bag and into center field. That's only the 6th hit for Missoula. And now Matsuoka has to face this top of the lineup again. Gordon has lined out sharply to center twice. Nobody out, runner at first for Missoula, down 10-5 in the bottom of the 4th. Pullman, pretty high up there in Washington, the home of Missoula starter today, Mike Peterson. It's 2,500 feet elevation-wise. It's noted as a fertile agricultural area known for its many miles of rolling hills and the production of wheat and legumes. Even has a legume festival. First pitch, low and inside, 1-0. Pullman has, since 1989, been the home to the National Lentil Festival. It includes a lentil cook-off, a parade, and more. 1-0's a strike, 1-1. Held in Reaney Park in August before fall classes start at Washington State. Runner at first is Wilkerson, nobody out. 10-5 Ballers lead. Pitch, swung on a miss. Good changeup there, 1-2. That's been the best pitch in this inning, at least for Matsuoka, that change piece. He's ahead 1-2 on the leadoff hitter, Gordon. After Colin Gordon's at bat, we'll finish up the wide world of baseball by telling you one notable person that spent some time in Pullman, Washington. 1-2 pitch from Matsuoka. Swinging a pop-up off to the left. Guess we can do it now. It was John Elway, Hall of Fame NFL quarterback for the Broncos. Was a resident of Pullman for 4 years. Attended Pullman High School as a freshman. So even was a high school, probably football player at Pullman High. And that is the hometown of Missoula's Mike Peterson, their starter today in this 10-5 game. 1-2 is rocketed foul over the party deck, way out of play to right. 104 off the bat, 375 feet. Definitely would have been a home run if it was hit just a tad higher and a lot more close to that right field foul pole. Again, 287 to straightaway right. Gordon has lined out sharply to center twice against Matsuoka. 1-2 pitch is hit to center again, backing up O'Hara. He stops short of the warning track, makes the catch for out number 1, and then makes a great throw to second to prevent Wilkerson from tagging from first. Gordon has made 3 outs, all of which to center field. So here we go. This is where things get interesting. Third time through the order against this part of the lineup, this meat of the Missoula lineup, starting with Roberto Pena, who Matsuoka struck out his first time, but then walked to start off the 3rd inning, and that got things going in a bad way. So he's got to be careful, but not too careful with Pena. First pitch outside for a ball, 1-0. 1-0 count on Pena. 1 out in the inning, bottom of the 4th, 10-5, Ballers lead the Paddleheads. Runner at first is the 9-hitter, Wilkerson, who singled. Now Pena takes a good slider on the outside corner for a strike, and it's challenged by Pena. We'll wait for the call.
After review, the call is confirmed. The pitch was a strike on the outside corner.
The call is confirmed. It's a strike on the outside corner. Missoula is down to 2 challenges now. Pena in a 1-1 count after that confirmed strike call, which makes my girl Cindy's job easier because she doesn't have to change the count on the video board out in center. Next, breaking ball popped up behind home, 1-2. So Pena has struck out and walked against Matsuoka. He's hoping for a hit here as the Paddleheads attempt to continue their comeback. Once down 10-1, it's now 10-5 in the bottom of the fourth. Runner at first is Wilkerson. Matsuoka sets at the belt. Pitch to Pena is a breaking ball just off the edge. Nice pitch, but no chase, 2-2. The slider there from Matsuoka. It's now 2-2 on Pena, the two-hitter for the Paddleheads, who has driven in more runs than anyone else on this team. Next, low, 3-2. So no chase on the 1-2 or the 2-2 from Pena. So the count is full. Runner at first is Wilkerson. Matsuoka knows what happened last time he walked Pena. It ended up being a bad inning for the Ballers. So he wants to throw a strike here. He wants to execute. The 3-2 pitch. Nope, it's in the dirt. No chase from Pena. He walks for the second time. 2 on for Missoula with 1 out in the fourth. And Mike Rosario, who has doubled twice, is next. That's the third walk, 4-3 pass for Matsuoka. 2 on with 1 out. Matsuoka's pitch count at 74. I don't see him making it through 5 today unless he gets out of this inning quickly. He's hoping for a double play ball. Rosario at the dish has not hit into a double play this year. 1 out. Runners at first and second for Missoula, trailing 10-5 in the bottom of the fourth. Pitch for Matsuoka to the lefty. Hits him in the chest. Ouch. And Matsuoka saying that's a swing. Can Oakland appeal this? I don't think they're awarding Rosario first base. Rosario trying to show the home plate umpire, Greg Hendricks, the bruise on his arm, the mark where he was hit. But I think he might have went, and so that would be a dead ball strike. The umpires will talk about this. If it is deemed that Rosario either A, contacted the ball with his bat, or B, offered at the pitch with a half swing, then it's a strike. If not, he will be hit by a pitch and the bases will be loaded with 1 out. This crowd will erupt. Well, it's a modest eruption as they point him towards first base with a hit by pitch. Matsuoka, doesn't agree with the call, and that'll be it for Dylan, I believe. Maybe not. Aaron Miles is going to talk to the umpires, actually, and say, hold on. What happened here? Is that not a swing? What's the call? And so as of now, Rosario reaches with the hit by pitch to load the bases after the umpires and Greg Hendricks change their call. Aaron Miles doesn't look too pleased and will head back to his dugout after the call goes against the Ballers to load the bases for Adam Fogel. You know what this crowd wants here at Ogren Park. They want a ball over the wall for a grand slam. Fogel, no stranger to hitting the long ball. 8 this season, 43 in his career, 35 of them last year for the Paddleheads. And he has been hit by a pitch today and an RBI double. Nowhere to put him. 10-5 Ballers lead. Bottom of the fourth, 1 out. Wilkerson, Pena, Rosario, the runners. Again, free passes have hurt Matsuoka, and the first pitch to Fogel is swung on and missed. Good, tight slider there. Away, 0-1. Would have been a called strike anyways. Really good pitch from Matsuoka. Fogel likely just unloading on what he hoped was a fastball. He'll likely not see one. Next pitch, sent to right field. This should get a run home. Santos out and right. Sun could be a factor. He makes the catch. A run will score. Runners tag from third and from second, and a run scores on the Fogel sac fly. Missoula has scored in every inning so far. Missoula gets 1 in the fourth. There are 2 outs and a chance for more, but a big out nonetheless, as Fogel drives in his second run of the game, his 7th time this season that he's driven in multiple runs. Wilkerson scores on the play. Pena to third. And Rosario stays at first on that sac fly. Next is Alex Sanchez. He was the one who walked in the third inning to score a run. He drove in a run with that walk. He's 0 for 1 today, though, with a fly out to center to end the first. Matsuoka hoping he can get him here to end the fourth. It's a 10-6 ball game. Runner looking to run maybe at first. He does not. First pitch is outside for Matsuoka, 1-0. Matsuoka has now thrown 78 pitches today, and I do not see him pitching the 5th. There is action in the Ballers bullpen. And that's outside. Almost gets away from the catcher, Tatum. 2-0. Looking down to the pen. It looks like Adam Bogosian throwing for the Ballers, who did not throw in Kalispell and has not thrown on this road trip. 2-0 count. Pitch for Matsuoka. Really beautiful changeup right there. That had crazy drop to it and awesome run. It runs on to the inside corner for strike one. 2-1 on Sanchez. First and third for Missoula, down 10-6 in the bottom of the 4th. Looking for more. Runner goes, and it's a swing and a ground ball to second. Harris fields, throws in time. And the Ballers escape the 4th with just 1 run allowed. It feels like they're hanging on by a thread, but they're still up 4. It's 10-6 Ballers over Missoula as we head to the 5th on 860 AM The Answer. Start of the 5th inning here from the great state of Montana, the Treasure State. And the Ballers' lead is 10-6, but the scoreline does not dictate the momentum in this ball game because the Paddleheads have scored the last 5 runs of the game, and Reese Fields is pitching really well. Fields has thrown 2 innings and has not allowed a run. He did give up a hit and 2 base runners in the 4th inning, but that was all. So the Ballers will send 8, 9, and 1 up to the plate against him here in the 5th inning, hoping to get some more runs. They scored 7 in the 2nd inning, but none since then. And so it's Michael O'Hara who is next up for the Ballers, the 8-hitter today for Oakland. Have Jeff Butts tuned in, I could see on YouTube, saying it sounds like I'm broadcasting from the stands. You're not wrong. The stands are, well, right in front of us here on the press box. Open air press box here in Missoula. So, yep, you can hear the kids chatting up a storm here. Michael O'Hara will lead off the inning, and don't know what the problem is with Field. Maybe it's a pitch comm issue. Maybe it's a catching issue with Smith. But those two are going to talk here. I don't know what about with the home plate umpire, Greg Hendricks, but they will talk. I don't know what this sign means. But I suppose we're just going to, restart the pitch clock now. So O'Hara from the left side facing the righty Fields, who is 3 strikeouts today and misses badly on the first breaking ball. 1-0. Also, we got Mike, the hot dog mayor, checking in on the YouTube stream. Thank you for everyone tuning in on YouTube and on 860 AM The Answer. Can't wait to see Mike next week. Ballers hosting Glacier for 6. 1-0 swung on and missed late by O'Hara. 91-mile-an-hour fastball down the middle. 1-1. In this game, Michael O'Hara is coming up for the 3rd time. He is 1 for 2 with an RBI single and a fly out to left field. There's a lazy pop-up into left to end the 2nd inning. 1-1 low, 2-1. O'Hara was the second batter to come to bat twice in that second frame. 7-run inning for the Ballers, but offense has been quiet since then. 1 hit to show for it since. That was the Danny Harris 2-out single. And I don't know what is happening now with Reese Fields. Maybe he needs a new hat? Willman's going to talk to him. I'm assuming the Paddleheads use some sort of pitch comm device, and Fields needed a new one. So he has a new one in his hat given to him by Willman. PitchCom used to relay the pitch signal from dugout to pitcher and infield. So Willman, I guess, doesn't really need it. Not as much as the pitcher does. 2-1 breaking ball is high, called for a strike. That was another generous call from Greg Hendricks tonight. It's a big zone from the home plate umpire, but at this point in the game, Ballers up 10-6, not a place where O'Hara chooses to use it. Nobody out. He's leading off here in the top of the 5th inning. We're almost halfway home, believe it or not, in this marathon of a ball game. O'Hara spoils a low fastball at 91. So it would have been 2 strikes anyways. That was a good fastball at the bottom of the zone. But instead of 3-2, it's 2-2 on O'Hara. Glacier Series hit .421, 8 for 19, scored 7 times. Already scored once today. Trying to get on here, but down to the count. And the 2-2 is a broken back grounder to first. Pena fields. He'll take it himself. Oh, that was an awkward play at first, and safe is the call. The pitcher covering Fields prevented Pena from getting to the bag, and then Pena was furious when Cody Kernut called the runner safe, O'Hara. Again, it was the pitcher Fields that you could argue Pena should have flipped it to. And now the manager from Missoula, Michael Schlacht, is out talking to the first base umpire, Cody Kernut, saying, hold on. Even with that, the runner should have been called out at first base. As it stands now, it's an infield single for Michael O'Hara. And Kernut's going to stand by his call here and not talk to the other umpires. So Mike O'Hara has a 2-hit game. That's his 5th of the year. And that is exactly the break Oakland needed. They get the leadoff man on for the first time since their 7-run second inning. They lead 10-6 in the top of the 5th with no one out. And Dylan Tatum is up, a walk and a strikeout so far. Ooh, they're going to call it an error, actually, in the official score. Sorry, Cindy, I told you the wrong information. I'll have to talk with the official scorekeeper on that one, though, because I think it should have been a hit. Don't really think anything happened there that you can consider an error. Oh, 0-1 count. Pitch is a strike, 0-2. I'll talk to them later. Not gonna fight it now. Just feels like that should have been a hit. I don't really think. I mean, yes, Pena should have flipped it, but he didn't drop the baseball. He was just late getting to the bag in the end. 0-2 to Tatum. Nobody out. And he strikes out. Good bounce back there. 93-mile-an-hour fastball from Fields for the strikeout. His 4th. Strikes out Tatum for the 2nd time. Flips it to the top for the Ballers. Brings Trey Cobb to the dish. He is 1 for 3 today. RBI single back in the 2nd inning. Ballers lead 10-6. 1 out. Runner on first is O'Hara here in the top of the 5th. Righty Fields, righty Cobb. First toss. Hard slider. Top of the zone for a strike. Trey Cobb asking the home plate umpire, Greg Hendricks, confirming it caught the top of the zone. And it did just, according to TrackMan, it looks like it just grazed on the top. Tough pitch. Oh, on a slashed foul, 92-mile-an-hour fastball up in the zone, and Cobb was late. 0-2. Oh, 2 count now on the righty Cobb. Now on a 6-game hit streak. But Fields looking for back-to-back Ks and struck out Cobb in the 3rd looking. And missed outside with 92 there. 1-2. Cobb, again, from that leadoff spot, you're not going to get a lot of chances for RBI, but has one today and has 4 RBI in his past 3 games. Was really important in his return to the lineup on the weekend against Glacier after getting hurt on Tuesday in that series. Pitch in the dirt. Another hard slider at 86, 2-2. 10-6 ballers. Scored all 10 of their runs in the first 2 innings. Here in the top of the 5th, 1 out and O'Hara at first. Missoula scored the last 5 runs in this game, so ballers just hoping to settle things down. Matsuoka won't return to this game. It looks to be Adam Bogosian who will enter in the 5th to hopefully just throw some strikes, get some outs. Cobb hits one off the end of the bat towards the baller's dugout right side. 2-2. And you can't really blame Dylan Matsuoka. I mean, he's just trying to pitch around guys and pick his spots and, didn't get some close calls. And at the end of the day, Paddleheads are going to get their runs. It's inevitable. 2-2 to Cobb. He slashes a foul again off to the right. Out of play. Long at bat here. And the pitch count is elevated now for Fields. He's thrown 42 pitches. That's going into this at bat. Fields he did go 3 Tuesday at Great Falls, so he can work he can work multiple innings. That's no problem for this righty. Cobb spoils another. And this is a really good, this is what you want from your leadoff man. Took a 92-mile-an-hour fastball off the plate, fouled it back to the screen. The ballers, with Fields' effectiveness today, do not want him in the game for much longer. If they can knock him out in this inning, that would be great, but I don't think they're going to. Paddleheads don't have anyone up. And Fields, again, just 1 hit allowed because O'Hara's was called an error. Cobb spoils another straight back over the netting and out of play. 4 straight foul balls for Tremaine Cobb Jr. Cobb digs in right side. Fields, the righty. Peers in for the sign, nods once, checks first, comes set. Plenty of time on the pitch clock. He comes home with 5. And he misses. 3-2. Cobb trying to find a way on. That was a 94-mile-an-hour fastball. Fields dialed it up there. Just went a little bit harder there and missed as a result. Trying to get the chase maybe from Cobb with the little added velo, but didn't get it. O'Hara could run here on 3-2. See if Fields checks him. O'Hara runs, and that is a strike 3 called. O'Hara is safe at second. 84-mile-an-hour breaking pitch was right down the middle, and Cobb is down looking for the second straight time against Fields. However, O'Hara finally has his first stolen base of the year. 5th strikeout for Fields, and now he faces Santos, who he struck out in the 3rd. 5 strikeouts for Fields. They've come against the same 3 hitters, Cobb, Santos, and Tatum, 9-1-2. And here's Santos trying to pick up a 2-out RBI for his team. Had an RBI single in the 2nd, but has struck out twice today, once against Fields. 10-6 ballers lead. Top of the 5th. 2 outs, runner at 2nd now is O'Hara, actually. Santos takes the first pitch, hard slider, outside corner, went back door for a strike. 0-1 on Santos, who has driven in 6 this season. Still looking for that first long ball. He has a couple doubles. Takes low at 94, 1-1. Denied a home run by the tall wall in right field in Glacier. Because it's a shorter porch to right, they extend their right field just like they do here in Missoula. This is a shorter porch to straightaway right field, 287. And a high wall out in right field. 5 on the timer, 4, pitch. Santos taps it to second. Willman Fields throws to first. And that will end the inning. Ballers go down in order in the 5th, except, well, they don't. They send 4 to the plate, and 1 error left stranded. That was O'Hara. No runs in the inning. Trying to put up a 0. It'll be Bogo for the Ballers when we return in the bottom of the 5th inning. 10-6, the Ballers lead the Paddleheads here from Missoula on 860 AM The Answer. New arm for Oakland in the 5th. Ballers leading 10-6. It is Adam Bogosian here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Adam Bogosian making his first appearance since the Saturday game against Grand Junction. He replaces Dylan Matsuoka here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Bogosian pitched in that second to last game against Grand Junction and went 2 innings, gave up 2 hits, 2 runs. None were earned, and he struck out a batter. Bogosian this season, his 5th appearance, 7 2/3, 12 hits, 4 earned runs, a walk, 6 strikeouts, a 4.70 ERA for the righty, 22 years old, from Brooklyn, New York. Not the Bronx. Don't get it twisted. Nobody on. Leading off the inning is Cam Willman against him. Righty-righty battle. First pitch is a strike, 0-1. That's what the Ballers need. They need strikes. Missoula's going to get their hits. They're going to get their runs. Can't afford to hand out free passes against this team. Go over the final line for Matsuoka after this 0-1. It's low, 1-1. He went 4 innings, giving up just 6 hits, but gave up 6 earned runs. He walked 3. He hit a pair, and he struck out 2. So Matsuoka can only go 4, and it's up to Bogosian to help the Ballers get the rest of the way. 1-1 is outside, 2-1. Bogosian facing Willman, righty-righty battle. Willman, 2 productive at-bats, a double and a sac fly today. He takes low and away, 3-1. And this is not the start Bogosian was hoping for. He's got to throw a strike here. Again, only entered this outing with 1 walk, so he's a strike thrower. Trying to protect this 10-6 lead. Pitch is a strike on the outside corner, 3-2, 93-mile-an-hour heater. Good pitch from Bogo. At the end of the day, it's a 10-6 lead, but Ballers have not kept Missoula off the board in any inning through 4. Payoff. 92, and that was too tall. Ball 4. So lead off walk for Willman. Brings up Carlos Perez. Perez 0 for 2 today with a RBI on a ground out in the 3rd. Runner on first for Missoula. Nobody out. Trailing 10-6, bottom of the 5th. First pitch, nearly a wild one from Bogosian, who's just yanking it low and outside. He keeps missing there, and that's what's getting him behind these batters. Hoping to roll a double play ball here. That would solve his issues. 1-0 to the righty, Perez. Is a line drive over 3rd and into left field. Helmet cuts it off to prevent the runner Willman from going to 2nd. It's single for Perez, his first hit of the game. Brings up the 8-hitter Taylor Smith. 6 and 7 hitters start with a walk and a single. And the tying run is on deck for Missoula here in the 5th. This Ballers bullpen that was so good in the Glacier Series, a tall task ahead to cover 5 innings against this Missoula Paddleheads team. Can they do it and protect this 4-run lead? Still no action in the pen. This is Bogo's inning. 2 on, none out for Smith, who's 0 for 2 with a strikeout looking. Takes low, 1-0. Last pitch was high and inside, but in the zone on Perez, and he was able to line it into left field. Next from the righty, Bogosian misses low and away. A lot of uncompetitive pitches so far from Bogosian. Looks like James Collier is going to get going in this Ballers bullpen with Bogosian really struggling at this point. 2 on, none out for Missoula, trailing 10-6. There's a strike outside corner. It missed the spot, I think. Tatum had to drag it back to the zone, but it was on the outside corner. Good pitch from Bogosian. 2-1. Smith, second-year paddlehead. Career .248 hitter. 2-1 count. Bogosian comes home. And again, outside. And again, a missed call from Greg Hendricks. And that is challenged by the Ballers. That was about time. That'll be overturned to a strike. So Oakland's going to challenge and be correct there.
After review, the call is overturned. The pitch was a strike.
So now there's 2 strikes on Smith.
Oakland has 5 remaining challenges.
So it's 2 and 2, I think. Yeah. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Smith. Oakland gets their first challenge right. Next from Bogosian. Ground ball towards short. Chance for 2. Cobb steps on the bag for 1. Throw to first. In time. Unassisted 6-3 double play. Turn by Cobb. That's exactly what the doctor ordered for Adam Bogosian. And how big is that challenge from Tatum? With 2 strikes, Smith had to protect there. And as a result, he swings Smith at a ball hit that was a few balls low. It was not a strike by any means, the fastball from Bogosian, and because of that, it's a double play. Just hit it weakly to short. Cobb was able to gun down Smith just in time at first, and now here's Wilkerson. 2 outs, runner at third for Missoula, and there's a line drive hit right into the mid of Druick, and at last, the Ballers keep Missoula off the board. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on. Bogo gets the job done in the 5th. Ballers lead 10-6, heading to the 6th here from Missoula on 860 AM The Answer. Start of the 6th from Missoula, Montana. New pitcher here for the Paddleheads, trailing 10-6 against the Ballers. And the new pitcher for Missoula is a lefty. They'll roll with a former teammate of Pat Monteith. It's Matthew Taubensee. Taubensee, a lefty, 6'5", 240 from North Greenville University. Teammates, well, it's both of the guys from North Greenville, one replacing the other, because Fields, who was just before Taubensee, just pitched. So Pat Monteith, obviously not getting the start in this game, gets to watch both of his former teammates pitch in this Tuesday game. Ballers leading 10-6. Taubensee last pitch Saturday against Great Falls. An inning, no hits, a run, 2 strikeouts. And the 25-year-old from Orlando, just like me, has a 3.18 ERA this season. Signed on May 27th, and his 5 appearances have been solid. He's earned 2 wins, 5 2/3 innings pitched, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, and 9 strikeouts. Surely he's entering this game at this point with Druick, Buford, and Almanza up. That's no accident. 2 powerful lefties due up in the next 3 hitters. And so Taubensee gets called upon here, replacing Reese Fields. Leading off the 6th, it's Davis Druick, who's 1 for 3 today with a run scored. First pitch fouled off of the catcher and then off of the netting. 0-1. Oh and 1 on Druick. Go over the final line for Reese Fields, who was fantastic in relief for Missoula. That pitch is in the dirt, 1-1. Fields in this game, 3 innings, 1 hit, no runs, and 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. Probably could have been 2 hits, but the Michael O'Hara infield hit was called an error. 1-1. Druick takes high and away, 2-1. But not gonna fight too hard. It's just a hit in the air. It's not a big deal. 2-1 is the count. Druick 2-1, high 3-1. To pull the curtains back, I did ask the official scorekeeper about it. He said I watched it on Flow Sports and I thought error. I would disagree, but you know what? It was a close play. 3-1. Druick swings and misses. 91-mile-an-hour fastball there on the outside corner. Great pitch from Taubensee, and it's 3-2. Base is empty. Top of the 6th inning. Druick leading off the frame. His single in the first extended his hit streak to 13 games. Lefty-lefty battle here. 5 on the pitch timer. Pitch. Druick takes high and tight, works the leadoff walk. Ballers will take it at this point because even though they've scored 10 runs, they need more. It's 10-6. Paddleheads within 4. And that is the 3rd walk of the game for the Ballers. Taubensee walks the leadoff man Druick and now has to face a righty in Buford who already has 2 hits today and 2 RBI. A double in the first and a single in the second. Comes up here with a runner on first and none out in the top of the 6th. Buford takes a strike, bottom of the zone, 0-1. Good pitch there from Taubensee. After he fell behind on Druick, he's able to get ahead against Buford. Buford 14 RBI now this year. Swing and a miss. He offered at what looked to be a changeup there at 86 from Taubensee. 6 miles an hour slower than the fastball. It's a hard changeup if it is a changeup. 0-2 pitch. Buford fouls it off. Fastball way off the dish. Would have been ball 1, but give him credit. You like to see a guy fight when down to 2 strikes. So still 0-2. Righty Buford batting against the lefty Taubensee. Pat Monteith's old buddy on the mound. And Buford sends one through the left side for a base knock. First 2 reach for the Ballers against Taubensee here in the 6th. A walk and a single, and entering this game, Taubensee had just allowed 3 hits and 2 walks through 5 2/3 innings. Did have a little trouble Thursday against Great Falls, walked in 2 inherited runners. But Missoula got out of that 6th inning eventually, and he earned the win. But here, now he faces Christian Almanza, a guy who has 2 homers and a walk today. And the first pitch is swung on and lifted to right field. Rosario has room for this one and makes the catch. Runner tagging from second, Druick. He will get there standing up. Runners on the corners for the Ballers with 1 out. So Almanza flies out and is retired for the first time today. 306 to right. If he pulled it a bit more, it's a 3-run homer. It's 287 down that line. But to right field where Rosario's playing, you got to put a charge into it to get it out, especially if you hit it to right center like Almanza did the first 2 times. But men are at the corners. He does a job by advancing Druick to third. That brings up Danny Harris, who has hits in consecutive plate appearances. The last was an 104-mile-an-hour heater, or I should say ground ball past second. And Harris flies one foul off to the right, trying to do a job and get a run home. He got a high pitch, tried to elevate it, but fouled it away to the right out of play, 0-1. 1 out in the top of the 6th inning. 10-6 Ballers lead. Oh, 1 count. Runner at first is Buford. Druick at third. Pitch to Harris is shot right at the Ballers dugout and off of it, right side, 0-2. This would be a huge out if Taubensee can retire Harris, especially if he can strike him out. Harris has 1 strikeout today, otherwise is 2 for 3 with his 6th multi-hit game of the year. 11 RBI for Harris. He can pick up number 12 with a base knock if he can send one through the infield. 0-2. Harris, watch out. Alec Rodriguez, relief pitcher for the Ballers, really needs to get into that Ballers dugout. He's on the railing of the Ballers dugout. You can see him. You can't see the rest of the Ballers in that first base dugout, and Rodriguez almost got hit by that line drive. Playing with fire over there. Danny Harris late again. And the 0-2. Harris takes 92 high. way upstairs, but held his swing. 1-2. 25-year-old from just outside of Atlanta, Stone Mountain. Former Colorado Rocky minor leaguer. Before that, played at Eastern Kentucky and Kentucky in college. Runners at the corners for the Ballers and 1 out. 1-2 pitch coming from Taubensee. Harris fights it off. That was in on the hands at 93. It would have been ball 2, but he does a good job of fighting up there. Similar to the at-bat we saw from Cobb, he did end up striking out in the 5th inning, Cobb, in a long AB. Ballers up 4. They have not scored, though, since their 7-run second inning. It's 10-6 Oakland over Missoula here from Missoula, Montana. Druick at third, Buford at first. Lefty Taubensee delivers, and Harris strikes out. 92-mile-an-hour heater high in the zone, and now it's up to Helmick. 2 away. First strikeout for Taubensee. And Taubensee does have the matchup advantage here now with Helmick. The lefties will do battle. Helmick 1 for 3 with a double today, but has popped up and grounded out his last 2 times to the dish. First pitch to the lefty is outside on the corner for a strike, 0-1. Ballers got 2 on with none out in this inning. It would be labeled a failure if they cannot score at least 1 in this frame. The fly out by Almanza, able to get Druick to third. Buford still at first. 0-1. Helmick checks his swing, does not offer. That pitch was off the plate, a ball and a strike. Infield playing straight up with the second baseman Willman backed up a bit for the lefty Helmick. 1-1. Good breaking ball. 1-2. Located on the outside corner too, so even if Helmick didn't pull the trigger, that would have been a cold strike. And Taubensee's 1 pitch away from getting Missoula out of this top of the 6th inning, which is the peanut inning. You'll see what that is in the bottom of the 6th. You'll hear it for sure. And Helmick takes off the plate, 2-2. Let's just say this crowd is about to get rowdy here at Ogren Park as they cheer on their paddleheads to try to score in the 6th. And some free peanuts may or may not be on the line. 2-2 to Helmick. Swing and a miss. He had the bat slip out of his bottom hand. He was left holding the bat with his top hand. 92-mile-an-hour fastball above the zone, and he chased it. Enter the peanut inning. Bottom of the 6th when we return from Missoula. It is 10-6 Ballers over Missoula here from Missoula on 860 AM The Answer. Crowd chanting, peanut, peanut. That means it's the peanut inning here from Ogren Park in Missoula. 10-6 Ballers lead. Thankfully, the Ballers have a bit of a cushion here in the peanut inning because these fans are going to be raucous in this inning, cheering on their team. If they score just 1 run in this frame, the fans get free peanuts. Yes, free peanuts. I'm assuming little packs of them are tossed out by the staff here in Missoula, and I'm about to experience my very first peanut inning. Let's get this thing going. 10-6. Bogosian trying to put up a 0 and make these fans angry. think 4 out of 6 times their last homestand they got free peanuts in the 6th. First pitch outside from Gordon, or to Gordon, I should say, 1-0. 1, 2, and 3 coming up for Missoula against Adam Bogosian, who pitched a scoreless 5th. 1-0. Line into center field. O'Hara got a late jump and makes a sliding grab. Really nice catch out there for out number 1. 8. What am I saying, 8? 4 balls have been hit to center field by Colin Gordon today. All have been caught by Michael O'Hara. So 2 outs away are the Ballers from escaping a peanut inning without allowing a run, which is not always the easiest to do. Credit Bogosian, though. He started off poorly. First 2 reached, but then double play, line out, and another line out. He's gotten the last 3 he's faced, but now he has to face Pena. And the big righty takes inside for ball 1. Roberto Pena. I mean, what hasn't he done this season? He has a hit in all but 3 games. 1-0. Taps one slowly to third. Tough play for Druick. Plays it on a hop. Throw to first. Picked out by Almanza. He's out. What a play. What a pick by Christian Almanza. Have a game. The Stockton native over at first makes the pick on the throw from Druick, who really, had to go quickly there as he waited for the ball. He got it on the short hop. He got it to first, and Pena is a rare 0 for 2. He has walked twice today. Give Pena credit. He's been productive. He has scored once. But now the Ballers need 1. Can they get 1 out to get out of this peanut inning without giving this crowd free peanuts? Mike Rosario can give this crowd peanuts with 1 swing. He has 2 home runs this season. 2 outs, bases empty. First pitch is tapped foul, 0-1. 10-6 Ballers lead, bottom of the 6th inning. Here from Missoula. His bullpen for Oakland has now thrown 26 innings since going on this road trip, and they have allowed 2 earned runs. 0-1 way inside, 1-1. Just a special run by this Oakland bullpen. Oakland has a team, an ERA just shy of 4. It's even really significantly better than that. It's 3.75. That's best in the league by a good margin. 1-1 is outside from Bogosian, 1-2. The second best ERA in the league is Missoula. The Paddleheads have a 5.74 ERA, which is great for this league. Oakland's they have an ERA like never seen before in this league at this point this season. 2-1, breaking ball high and away. Don't want to walk him because really I would have to imagine in the peanut inning you would rather allow a home run, a solo shot, than let things build. And then the crowds will just get more and more into it, chanting louder and louder for those peanuts. 6th inning, free peanuts on the line. 2 outs, 3-1 pitch to Rosario. Outside 91, ball 4. And the Paddleheads have life in the peanut inning. Second walk from Bogosian, and with Adam Fogel coming up, this is definitely Missoula's best chance to get the peanuts they so badly want. Bottom of the 6th means free peanuts for Missoula fans here at Ogren Park if the Paddleheads score. And they have their MVP at the plate. Pioneer League MVP 2024, Adam Fogel. Already a hit today and an RBI. First pitch in the dirt, 1-0. Fogel's double in the first inning drove in a run. He actually has 2 RBI. He had a sac fly in the 4th, hit by pitch in the 3rd. Thankfully, he was able to stay in the game after being hit either in the arm or on the back. 1-0 the count on the big righty. Bogosian, the right-hander, delivers. And that is a wild pitch. And that is a really bad wild pitch because it takes a wicked hop off the backstop and rolls towards first. So 90 feet closer are the Paddleheads fans to peanuts as Rosario is in scoring position for Fogel. And now just a base hit could do it with 2 outs. More importantly than peanuts, Missoula trailing 10-6 in the bottom of the 6th inning. Would love another run. Bogosian attempting to put up his 2nd straight 0 in relief for the Ballers. Rosario at second. Fogel the batter. 2-0 pitch. is bounced to third. Druick Fields in fair territory. Gathers, throws, got him. No peanuts today. I hope we get peanuts at some point this series, but that is a big win for the Ballers. 5-3 putout ends the bottom of the 6th inning. Bogosian with 2 scoreless for Oakland in his first outing in more than a week. It's been almost a week and a half, and he has 2 scoreless frames for Oakland today. We go to the 7th. Ballers up 10-6 on Missoula on 860 AM The Answer. Bottom of the 6th inning, or top of the 7th inning. Whoa, time flies here in Missoula. I'm just messing. Time has not flied in this game. It's 10-6 in the top of the 7th inning. Ballers will send 8-9-1 to the plate. And you know what? I've completely forgotten my segments today. So we're going to hit up Nevada's culinary curiosities here in the top of the 7th inning. But first, District Council 16 painters and allied trades represent the best in the business. Painters, drywall finishers, glazers, and floor covers, proudly serving Northern California and Nevada. They stand for top-tier training, great wages, strong benefits, and dignity on the job. Join the International Union of Painters and Allied Trades today. District Council 16, building the future, one skilled trade at a time. 10-6, Oakland leads Missoula, top of the 7th. And the Ballers will send 8-9-1 to the plate. And it starts with a pinch hitter. Looks like Daryl Buggs. Thought it would be Pat Monteith getting to face his former teammate, but nope. It is Buggs for O'Hara, righty against a lefty, trying to get on to start this inning. Buggs will likely stay in the game and play center field. O'Hara has played a great center field for Oakland today. 10-6 Ballers lead. Buggs leading off the inning, hitting for O'Hara, and time is called. I don't know what's wrong with Taubensie's pitch comm device, but anyways, that gives us time to talk about culinary curiosities. I'm Nevada Cullen, and I like to eat food. So today, per the suggestion of someone that works in the press box here at Ogren Park, Maddie, her name is, I went to Five on Black, which is a Brazilian restaurant in downtown Missoula. And I hate to give it a bad rating, so I'm not going to. It was good. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10, the bowl I had. I had a Brazilian bowl. The Brazilian stew I had was really good. I made the mistake. It would have been much better if I hadn't have if I would have just gone rice with it. Maybe if I had gotten some extra sauce, that would have helped it. But I had this thing that's like a cheese bun. I'm going to look it up so I don't botch the name as we are finally ready to start the inning. I have the name. They're called Pão de Queijo. Oof, I butchered that. Bugs to the screen, nothing in one. But there's they're Brazilian cheese buns, cheese bread, cheese rolls, and they are fantastic. I had one, I should have gotten 12. Those were a 10 out of 10. So props to Five on Black. I definitely need to go back at some point and get some more food from there. 0-1 off the plate to Bugs, 1-1. But I don't know if I'll have time because we only get 3 days here before the Ballers go to Ogden. And so I'll have to try some different restaurants in town. Tyler Peterson has recommended a few for me. 1-1. Bugs takes a breaking ball on the inside corner. Great pitch. Top of the zone, 1-2. But alas, downtown Missoula. I also went to the art museum today, the Missoula Art Museum. I saw some cool indigenous art, I guess is the best way to put it, highlighting the Native American population of Montana. 1-2. That is in breaking ball, just high as well. It was more high than in, so it's ball 2. Count evens up. But I had a nice time exploring downtown Missoula during the before the game today. 8-hitter, or at least 8-spot, Bugs, the pinch hitter, takes in the dirt, 3-2. Bugs would love a walk here because that would put another runner on for the Ballers. They have not scored since their 7-run second inning. It is 10-6 Oakland, top of the 7th, no one out. Bugs at the plate, the righty, against the lefty, Taubensee. And the pitch is shot foul right side out of play. Still 3-2. Bugs does have a former teammate on this Missoula roster. It's one of the pitchers. It is a 3-2 pitch high, and he walks. Still looking for the guy. I think it was one of the pitchers. Anyway, Frederick Keys was the team that Bugs played for last year. And Bugsy was teammates with him in 2024. It's Cale Matheson, a righty. Definitely will probably see him this series. He's a pretty good reliever. Runner on first for the Ballers in the top of the 7th. Here's Dylan Tatum. First pitch to him, way outside at 91 for a ball. Taubensee has been a bit off so far, but give him credit. He stranded a pair in the 6th. He has walked 2, though, and given up a hit. The 9-hitter Tatum has walked once today, also 2 strikeouts. 1-0 pitch to the righty batter. Swung on and missed. Nice breaking ball there. Falls right over the middle of the plate and misses the bat of Tatum, 1-1. 10-6, Ballers advantage over the Missoula Paddleheads. The first ever meeting between these two sides and the first of a 3-game series, which with big playoff implications on the line. Next, Tatum flies it foul, 1-2. Whichever teams wins this series will own the tiebreaker. And considering they are 3rd and 4th in the standings, Missoula and Oakland respectively, if they finish tied for the first or second playoff spot, I guess for the second playoff spot, then whichever team wins the series would make the playoff with a first half berth. 1-2. Tatum takes away, 2-2. Baller's definitely making Taubensee work. He has thrown 26 pitches and is yet to record an out in his second inning of work, but has Tatum 2-2. Lefty pitcher comes home. Tatum swings, powers one, right field. Rosario at the track, and he can only watch it fly. Dylan Tatum with his second Tatum Tater of the year goes oppo to right. He goes the other way and finds the short porch in right field for a 2-run shot. Dylan Tatum with the 2-run bomb the other way, and the Ballers are on the board for the first time since their 7-run second. Another Tatum Tater, his second in his last 3 games. That was 345 feet to right field. It was 98 off the bat. He got a lot of it. That's probably out at Raimondi, too. Still no one out. How about that 2-strike approach, too? Next pitch is a strike to Cobb. I think that pitch was high and away. I don't think that was a strike even. Tatum still lifted it out of here. 0-1. Cobb takes a ball off the plate. It is challenged by Missoula. And this will stay a ball, I believe. So it should remain 1-1. It was just, I don't know if Cindy can see it here on the TrackMan, but it's right there, so close to the zone. Cindy on my right, video board scorekeeper. So they're going to be down to 1 challenge now the rest of the way, Missoula.
The call is overturned. The pitch was a ball off the plate away.
He said overturn, but he meant confirmed. There we go. And give Jeff some leeway there. The guy who just came over the system here. Came over the system here is the broadcaster and the and is in charge of the TrackMan. Sorry, I'm getting my head twisted here.
Pitch was a ball off the plate away.
So the umpires are a little confused. I think they're saying that maybe Cobb was the hitter challenged it, and I think that was the confusion. And so that's a little confusing. I thought for sure Missoula challenged it, but maybe I'm wrong. Either way, it's a 1-1 count. So I'll confirm later about that. And Cobb fouls one back. Now it's 1-2. He's frustrated with himself. I have to also mention, it is 12-6 ballers in the top of the 7th. Nobody out, bases empty. After the 2-run homer by Tatum, there was a very funny video on the video board. If you're a fan of Marvel, they showed a clip of Wanda, a.k.a. Wanda Maximoff, a.k.a. the Scarlet Witch, from her show WandaVision, saying, it's fine. Everything's fine. Like, it's okay. Like, it was really funny. 1-2. Cobb takes high and in, ball 2, 2-2. And it's just so funny that, I don't even know, they might have a partnership with Marvel, but you don't usually see those funny clips from TV shows and movies. And it was a humorous way to numb the pain of giving up a 2-run home run. 2-2. Cobb swings, lines one down the left field line. This looks like extra bases. Cobb on his horse. He'll get 2. The throw comes in from Fogel. Standing up at second with a double is Tremaine Cobb Jr., his second hit of the game. Cobb with extra base hit number 6. All of them doubles so far this season. Now, what was really funny, despite Cobb having no homers, the Ballers chose Cobb to be their knockout round competitor on opening day because he got 5 hits on opening day. It was a really good day for Cobb. But he still hasn't homered yet this season. And now, this is what I've been waiting to see. With nobody out, Ballers up 12-6 in the top of the 7th inning. So a 6-run lead on Missoula. Taubensee against pinch hitter Pat Monteith. The Battle of North Green. No, you can't do this to me. They're pulling Taubensee? No. Oh, my goodness. I wanted Pat Monteith to face his former teammate, but Michael Schlacht is out there and takes out his lefty right here. To be fair, he had just given up 3 straight base runners. And we will step aside. New pitcher for Missoula here in the 7th. The Ballers are leading 12-6, and we'll tell you about the new pitcher when you return on 8:60 a.m. The Answer. In the top of the 7th inning, it's the Ballers 12 and the Paddleheads 6. We got a new pitcher. First, want to confirm, Missoula against Tremaine Cobb was the team to challenge. They thought it was a strike. It was confirmed a ball on the outside. And so the Paddleheads either have no challenges or 1 challenge left. I should have, been paying better attention. Anyways, 12-6 lead for the Ballers here in the top of the 7th. After the Cobb double, Pat Monteith will not get to face his former teammate, Matt Taubensee. And he's already seen his other teammate, Reese Fields, pitch earlier in this game. So who does he get to face? Well, that would be Missoula's Cale Matheson, who is Darrell Bugg's former teammate and Trey Cobb's former teammate. They played together with the Frederick Keys last year in the MLB Draft League. So righty-righty battle here instead of the matchup advantage the Ballers were trying to get. Taubensee out of the game. Matheson into the game. Cale Matheson making his 9th appearance of the year. More on him in a moment. Ballers leading 12-6. Still no one out in the inning. And the runner on second is Cobb after his double. Swing and a miss from Monteith, 0-1. Matheson last went Friday against Great Falls. Pitched in third of an inning. No hits, no runs, a walk. Hit 2 batters and struck out 1. 6'2" righty from Bourne, Texas. Misses outside, 1-1. Matheson, 5.87 ERA, 9th appearance, 7 2/3 innings, 8 hits, 5 earned runs, 9 walks, 9 strikeouts. So good strikeout stuff. He's also hit 4 batters, though, and the control is clearly something that he's struggled with so far this season. Throws a breaking ball there high to Monteith, called a strike. Not sure why Monteith didn't challenge that. That was well above the zone, but I guess it's not really the point in the game where you challenge that. And it's 1-2 on Monteith. 1-2. And that nearly hits him in the head. Breaking ball just a bit high and inside. Chin music, as we call it. Now, you know what? I have been a little harsh on Greg Hendricks tonight behind the plate. He has not been bad. It's been a hitter-friendly zone. And I do appreciate him trying to speed this game along. Because, oh boy, it's still the 7th. And it's almost 10 local. Monteith strikes out, 93. Swing and a miss. On the fastball. An out here in the 7th. Monteith thought he was going to face his former teammate, and instead he faces a righty in Matheson and strikes out. But now the Ballers get Davis Druick to the dish, who is 1 for 3 today with a single, a run scored, and a walk. Ballers lead 12-6 with 1 out here in the top of the 7th inning. Tatum the lefty against the righty Matheson. First pitch, bottom of the zone. Called a ball. Okay. 1-0. That was definitely a strike. But go off, Greg Hendricks. I guess Druick is a bit taller. So 1-0 is low and inside, 2-0. We'll get you the numbers now on the reliever for Missoula, Matthew Taubensee. He went 1 inning, giving up 3 hits, 2 earned runs as of now, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. He is responsible for Cobb at second. 1 out, 2-0 count on Druick. 12-6 Ballers lead. Pitch. Druick unloads and comes up empty, 2-1. Got a fastball up, tried to kill it, and instead whiffed. 2 balls and a strike on Druick, who, give him credit, he's homered 5 times in his last 13 games, including this. Swings and misses again at the fastball, 93. Really good pitch there from Matheson, high and away. It's 2-2. Time called by Druick. Man, this game has been weird because the Ballers just came out swinging for the fences. They were up 10-1. Then Missoula scored the next 5 runs, and it felt like the Paddleheads were going to come back in this game. Now it's 12-6 Ballers with 1 out and a runner at second. And Druick takes low at 93, and the count is full. But really, the momentum, I would say, switched in the 5th. In the bottom of the 5th inning, once Oakland finally got a 0, Bogosian came in. And, look, it looks like Chewy's going to come in at this point for Oakland. 3-2. Druick takes ball 4 low at 92. So Matheson with a strikeout and a walk so far. Chew on with 2 outs. So if that's it for Bogosian, he'll go 2 innings. This has got to be it for Bogosian. He's waiting so long. I don't think he's going to go more than 2 innings here. But Bogosian goes 2 innings, giving up 1 hit, 2 walks, did not walk a batter, but did not give up a run against this Missoula offense. And he's in line for the win in this game, which would be huge because it would be Bogo's first win of the year. Called strike on Buford, 0-1. Not only would it be his first win of the year, it would be Adam Bogosian's first professional win. Again, we're looking ahead. Missoula's still got 9 outs left to work with. 0-1. Buford takes 93 on the outside corner. Strike 2. Buford in this game, 3-hit game, tied for his professional best. 0-2 pitch next. Buford waves and misses, and there looked like a miss sign there. Double play turn as Druick was leaning off of first. Buford swung at a frisbee slider from Matheson for the second out of the inning, and Druick was leaning off of first base and got caught by Smith, picked off at first base. But the Ballers get 2 in the inning. They leave Cobb at second base. The 2-run homer by Dylan Tatum puts the Ballers back up 6 runs. It's 12-6 as it's time to stretch here from Missoula on 860 AM The Answer. Hope just stretched. It's time for That's a Stretch here from Missoula, and it's going to be an easy one tonight as the Ballers lead this one 12-6 against the Paddleheads, and it is not yet 10 o'clock, but it almost is. We're bordering on 3 hours, and this game feels like it's going to go 4. So my That's a Stretch tonight is this game will go 5 hours. It will find a way. The way things have been going, I'm not sure this game will ever end. And that's a stretch here after the 7th inning stretch. It's 12-6 Oakland over Missoula in the bottom of the 7th inning. Chewy on the hill, replacing Adam Bogosian. And he faces Alex Sanchez first and misses with ball 1. Chewy, as they call him, Connor Richardson. Appeared 3 times in the Glacier Series, went 1-0, 5 innings, 5 hits, no runs, 9 strikeouts. 1-0 from the righty. It drops in, missed somewhere for a ball. That was, never mind, well low, 2-0. Chewy, 6'4", 239-pound righty, 25-year-old from Grand Forks, North Dakota, making his 10th appearance of the year. 2-0 record, 12 innings, 9 hits, no earned runs, 2 walks, 13 Ks. Gets a ground ball here to first. Almanza can field it and take it to the bag himself. Run down. Pace is empty for Missoula, trailing 12-6 here in the 7th. Bottom of the 7th inning. Next up is Cam Willman. And let's also take a look around the Pioneer League, because can the Pioneer League be normal for one night? The answer is no, because we've got some wacky scores in the league, and we're going to start with one of the finals from Ogden. And don't look now. Oh, boy. First pitch to Willman's a strike. Fastball on the outside corner, 0-1. Great Falls Voyagers, they have lost 13 in a row. Now 14. And they lost by 20 tonight. You heard that right, 20. 0-1 is outside, 1-1. Ogden 21, Great Falls 1. A final from Ogden. I give up at this point with Great Falls and Northern Colorado. At least Northern Colorado's fighting. Great Falls gave up a 7-run first. So 1-1 is outside, 2-1 on Willman. And, oh, my goodness, Great Falls has now lost 14 in a row. Yikes. The other final, actually, yeah, no, only one more final. Fly ball left field. Helmick is there. And out number 2. So Willman flies out. Chewy looking for a 1-2-3-7. There's 2 down, nobody on. Other final is Rocky Mountain Vibes win 9-6 to continue their win streak, or their winning ways. Yuba Sutter did beat them a couple times in that series, but 9-6 win at Billings for the Vibes. Billings is kind of one of those teams that's pretty good, better than their record. They're definitely better than Northern Colorado and Great Falls. Oh, boy. Speaking of which, Northern Colorado. 2 outs. First pitch low to Perez, 1-0. The Grand Junction Jackalopes in the top of the 9th inning lead the Owls 13-4. Owls trying to rally. There are nobody out, and 2 on. Swing and a miss, 1-1. It's 12-6 here, Ballers lead. And there's 2 more scores to go over that are in the 6th inning. Yuba Sutter leads Glacier 6-2 in the bottom of the 6th, but then the score I really want to talk about. Top of the 6th inning in Idaho Falls between the Chuckers and the Hawks. 1-1 pitch here is high and away for a ball, 2-1. Your score? Get ready. Boise 17, Idaho Falls 22. I'm sorry, what? Yeah, you heard me. Foul ball off to the right, 2-2. Those 2 teams have combined for 39 runs through 6 innings. Believe it or not, no runs have been scored yet in the 6th, although Boise's trying to. But Chuckers have had an 8-run second and 8-run fourth. Boise a 7-run first, a 4-run second, and a 5-run fifth. 2-2. That is hit sharply to left field, hooking, fair, home run. And Connor Richardson has allowed an earned run. First of the year. And it comes off the bat of Carlos Perez, the unlikely hero for Missoula here. Perez with home run number 3 on the year, 7 in his career for Missoula in just 40 games. So he's no slouch. It's a solo shot to right, just hooked it around that short porch out there. Can't really call it a short porch. It's 309 to left, and there's a high wall as well. And it is 12-7. Missoula gets 1 back. Like I said, I don't think this game will ever end. Mike the Hot Dog Mayor commenting on YouTube. Mike, no, the Pioneer League can never be normal. Pitch outside from Richardson, 1-0. I feel like Raimondi Park is the most normal place in the Pioneer League. As soon as the Ballers go here to Missoula, we've got a 12-7 game in the 7th. 2 outs, bottom of the 7th. The batter is Smith. First pitch was a ball, second a strike. 1-1. Smith in this game is 0-for-3 with a strikeout. Ballers with a 7-run second. That is really the difference in this game. Ballers up 5 in the bottom of the 7th with 2 outs and the bases empty. It was a good run for Chewy. Ground ball to second. His earned run streak comes to an end. He finally allows an earned run. It took 10 appearances to allow a run earned for Chewy this year, but he gets the 4-3 put out to end the 7th. And the solo shot by Perez is the only run that Missoula can score in the 7th inning. So we go to the 8th, 2 innings left here from Missoula, and the Ballers lead 12-7 on 860 AM The Answer. Top of the 8th inning. Had a little finish to the lyric going on here in Missoula. I got 2 out of 3 songs right. And here in the top of the 8th, the Ballers will hope to finish the scoring with some more runs, or maybe keep the scoring going. 12-7 is the score. I'd be fine if the scoring was finished at this point. The Missoula fans will want 5 more runs for their team to tie, or 6 to take the lead. But the Ballers in control here. Wouldn't mind the quiet last couple innings. I mean, thankfully tomorrow's game is late. If this were Thursday the Ballers play 7:05 here and then have to take a 6.5-hour bus drive to Ogden that night. So I'd rather this be Tuesday than Thursday. Here's Christian Almanza, already 2 multi-RBI homers in this game, 5 RBI on the day. Flew out last time, though, to right field and takes a first pitch strike, 0-1. Matheson, the pitcher, 2 strikeouts and a walk in his 7th inning of work, entering for Taubensee, who does finish with just 2 earned runs to his name. 0-1, Almanza takes outside, 1-1. If you're wondering, one baller in history has a 3-homer game. That was Brett Barrera at NOCO. I believe it was the 31-5 game last year. 1-1 is low, 2-1. I really can't be complaining because I wasn't there in Aurora. Oh, looks like a Missoula fan tuning in. Thanks, Missoula Mac. That kid was so obnoxious we left. The comment on YouTube. Hard ground ball to second. Willman to first for the out. And Almanza's retired for this only the second time tonight. Still has those 2 homers to his name. Got Tyler Peterson tuned in, hitting me back with Windsor. That's right. Aurora is not the home. I'm thinking of the Northern Colorado Hailstorm, I think, who play in Aurora. Northern Colorado last year played in Windsor, Colorado. And Tyler was there for that 31-5 game that if I had to bet, it was probably longer than this one. 12-7, Ballers lead. 1 out in the top of the 8th. Pitch outside to Harris, 1-0. Harris in this game, 2 hits, but also 2 strikeouts, so he's 2 for 4. Roddy Matheson's been good so far. Harris swings and misses over the top of a fastball down in the zone. 1-1. One count. Righty Harris rests the bat on the shoulder. Pitch. Grabs the outer edge. 1-2. Just talking about the Northern Colorado Owls. Well, Harris is familiar. Oh, right. Tyler Peterson reminding me that Northern Colorado Hailstorm and the Owls play on the same field, or at least did last season, in Windsor. 1-2. Slapped foul the other way by Harris, 1-2. Northern Colorado, that's the main team at that field. Pretty sure the Owls sadly have been an afterthought in Windsor. And that's why they have to play on a soccer field. Give them their own baseball field. 1-2. Harris fouls it back. Danny played in 2023 in the Arizona Complex League. 21 games for the Rockies. Collected 19 hits. Batted .358. This is certainly a guy who can get back to that affiliated level. 1-2 pitch. Harris pops it up behind home, out of play. Aaron Miles acquired him and the Ballers in a trade with Washington, the Wild Things, this offseason for a player to be named later, which could be Harris in the end. Aaron said he had a good relationship with Tom Vaith, the manager of the Wild Things. And Tom wanted to do right by Danny and put him in a place where he'd get some playing time, and that's what Danny's seen. This is his 18th game played in. He's appeared in all but one game for the Ballers. 1-2 way off the plate. He checked his swing, 2-2. Aaron Miles has said there's a slight chance that after the Pioneer League season, Danny could go back to Washington. Maybe send him over there for the playoff run in the Frontier League, and calls it a win-win situation for both teams. I'd say that's the case. Harris has driven in 11 this year for Oakland. 2-2. Oh, man. Just crushed that foul ball into Smith. Got just a piece, and it got the catcher. Thankfully, Smith looks fine. I would be just sprawling on the ground at this point. Uh-oh. Just saw a baseball kick into the stands from the Oakland dugout. Lambo just threw one a little too low to Lozano, so it looks like we will see Carson Lambert pitch the 8th for the Ballers. Tyler Peterson asking me, well, who are the only 2 Ballers that have played every game? Well, a little quiz question for me here on this Tuesday night from TP. Well, one is Pat Monteith, who has appeared in all 19 games. And the other, I would say, yep, Christian Almanza. Those are your two TP that have played in every game for the Ballers. Okay, something's weird. 2-2. Harris lines one, pass short and into left field. Splits the gap in left center after getting past the dive of the shortstop Wilkerson. Harris has a 3-hit game, his season high, 3 hits. He ties it with that knock. All 3 singles today, a 1-out knock. 12-7 Ballers lead here in the bottom of the 7th inning, 1 out. Lou Helmick today, 1 for 4 with a double and a run scored. What was I going to say? Something weird is happening today. Don't remember. Anyway, Harris is 1 for 3. No, Harris is 3 for 5. Goodness gracious. Tyler Peterson thought he thought he would get me with Monteith there as Helmick takes in 1-0. But everyone knows when Pat Monteith does not start a game, he pitch hits. So Chewy's going to end up just going 1 inning and giving up the home run. His first earned run allowed this season as Helmick taps one foul, 1-1. I got to say, of all the players on this Oakland Ballers team, Lou Helmick has my favorite music taste. Now I got Tyler saying, don't make the story for tonight as long as this baseball game. Dancing at first is Harris as Helmick hits one back to the screen, 1-2. Lou Helmick on the bus played 3 straight bangers. First was Tame Impala. The second was a song called No Wahala. And if you know Afro beats, you might know the song. But I'm a big fan of Afro beats. And then Helmick was like, Lou was, after I turned to him, he was like, wait, you know this song? I was like, yeah, you better believe it. Helmick has a wide music taste. He's played everywhere. Many different countries. 1-2 is inside 2-2. And then he played a song that I had to Shazam because I recognized the band. It was Jamiroquai. I don't know if you know the song Canned Heat from the movie Napoleon Dynamite. It's that band, the Napoleon Dynamite song that he dances to in the talent show. But he played a song called All Right by Jamiroquai. And, yeah, that was really good. 2-2. Helmick strikes out, but he's got good music taste, so it's okay. 2 down. Third strikeout for Matheson. Now we've got a clip from The Office rolling at Ogren Park on the left field video board. Michael Scott was talking to the fans here at Alliance Field. A lot of these Missoula fans sticking around tonight. It's been a competitive ball game to some extent, which is surprising considering the scoreline and the fact that the Ballers were up 10-1. It's now 12-7. Runner goes, and Harris is easily safe. He stole that one off of Matheson. He never checked him. First pitch was a ball to Bugs. Harris steals his second base of the year and is in scoring position with 2 down. Runner in scoring position for the Ballers, up 12-7 in the top of the 8th, 2 down. Bugs, who pinch hit for O'Hara and walked in the 7th, then scored later that inning. Had 2 triples in the series against Glacier. And he slices one into the mitt of the second baseman, Willman, who drops to a knee to make a nice squeeze for out number 3. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and Harris left at second. We go to the home 8th. It is Oakland 12, Missoula 7. Here on 860 AM, The Answer. Leaky pipes, clogged drains? Step up to the plate and call the pros at Mr. Rooter Plumbing. We're the home team when it comes to reliable service. Family owned, locally trusted, and proudly serving the greater Oakland area, San Francisco, and the peninsula with honest, dependable service. Mr. Rooter Plumbing is always ready in the bullpen. Don't let plumbing problems throw your curveball. Mr. Rooter Plumbing is here when you need us. 12-7 Ballers lead. Bottom of the 8th inning against the Missoula Paddleheads. 6 more outs to get a key win in their season. A win that will weigh more than most if the Ballers can pull it out. Again, they only play Missoula 3 times this week and 3 times this season. These are the only 3 times in the regular season these two teams will meet. So winning the series is essential for a potential tiebreaker scenario at any point in the season. Carson Lambert enters for the Ballers in the 8th. Chewy pitched the 7th and gave up the solo shot to Perez. No other damage. And Lambert is making another appearance. Chewy's gone 10 times, and Lambo is making his 9th appearance this season. Lambert pitched 4 times in the series against Glacier. Gave up 1 hit on Sunday in a scoreless inning. First pitch fouled off by the 9-hitter Wilkerson off to the left, 0-1. And Lambo against Glacier, 4 innings, just the 1 hit allowed on Sunday. That was the only hit he allowed the entire series. No runs, 5 walks, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. 0-1 pitch is a strike, nothing in 2. Good fastball down the middle. Lambert, 25-year-old righty, 0 ERA, 8 appearances, 10 in the 3rd inning, 6 hits, 2 walks, 11 Ks. 0-2 pitch, high heat, 94, no chase, 1-2 from Wilkerson. He's got a 2-hit game, and for Wilkerson, that's a 7th multi-hit game this season. He's hitting in this 9 spot, really turning the lineup over well. He bounces one awkwardly to short. Cobb throws on the run, and that's a hit. Rolls towards the Ballers dugout, and I think unfortunately it rolled into the Ballers dugout. So it's going to be a hit. There's no way they give that an error. But there is an error afterwards on the throw by Cobb because the runner advances to second because the ball went into the dugout. So it's a hit and an error for Wilkerson, who's in scoring position with no one out. That's a 3-hit game for Wilkerson, ties his season and career high, the rookie, former North Carolina Tar Heel. So just tough luck there for Lambo, as Wilkerson's at second for the leadoff man, Gordon, who I'm sure Tatum's telling him, hey, just pitch it over the plate. Gordon will eventually hit it to center field. He has flown out to center field. I would call 3 of them lineouts, but 4 times today in all 4 at-bats. He's 0 for 4, trying to get a big hit to get things going for Missoula in his 200th career Pioneer League game, regular season. First pitch outside for a strike at 93, 0-1. Second-year Paddlehead. 4th year in the league. 3 different teams in that span. Grand Junction for 2, Glacier for 1. Paddleheads his 2nd year. 0-1. Gordon swings late at 93, 0-2. High pitch, good pitch from Lambo. 12-7 Ballers lead, bottom of the 8th. No one out. Runner at second after the single and error is Wilkerson. Oh, 2. Grounded again to short. Weakly hit. Tough play for Cobb. No play at first. He spikes it to Almanza. That's another infield hit for the Paddleheads. And so they've got life here. 2 on with no one out in a 5-run game. It's 12-7 Ballers in the bottom of the 8th inning. Still need to get 6 outs, and this is the inning for Missoula. If they're going to make a game of this, they've got 2 on with none out, with 2, 3, and 4 due up. First, it's Pena. Again, I mentioned he's only hitless in 3 games this season, so you know he's ready to come through clutch. Fouls one straight back, 0-1. This could be his last at bat tonight. He's on a 4-game hit streak. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and 2 walks. He has scored once. Runners are Wilkerson at second and Gordon at first. Pena the righty against Lambo the righty. Carson Lambert's 0-1 pitch to Pena. Outside, called a ball. Challenged by Tatum. That's the spot to do it. I don't think it was I think it was a strike. Sorry, Cindy. Don't do anything yet, but it is overturned to a strike. 2 strikes, no balls. Nice job. So Oakland's nailed all 3 of their challenges. That pitch to Pena just hit the corner. He got unlucky there. Great pitch from Lambert. Credit to the pitcher. And time called by Pena. He's readjusting the batting gloves. And now he digs back in from the right side. Pena, first baseman, league leader in homers, second most RBI with 33. Down to the count 0-2. And Lambo strikes him out with a hard fastball at 95. And Tatum, did he not hang on to it? Wow. Tatum could not hang on to the baseball on that hard hack from Pena, so it's still 0-2. It looked like a strikeout, but Tatum couldn't hang on to the ball, and so Pena gets new life. Lambert does not have to throw a strike here on 0-2, but he does. He makes him whiff at the high cheese. 1 down. Lambo with a big strikeout of Pena, who might just have his 4th game of the season hitless. The Pioneer League leader in homers, second with RBI, is the first out here in the 8th inning. Big punch out for Lambo. Next up, Rosario. Still 2 outs to get for the Ballers and Carson Lambert. 2 infield hits in this inning, and Rosario at the plate has not been retired, and he takes a 95-mile-an-hour heater right down the pipe for a strike, 0-1. It's a big game for Rosario. This is his 100th career regular season game, all with the Paddleheads. 2 doubles resulted in 2 runs scored for him in the first 3 innings. He's walked his last 2 times. Now pitch in the dirt, and Tatum is able to smother it, but the runner from second, Wilkerson, takes third on the wild pitch. Runners at the corners for Missoula, and if you're Rosario, the job here is to get that runner home in Wilkerson. If he even gets a sac fly here, that would be huge for Missoula. It would get them within 4 heading to the 9th, which is easily within reach for this Paddlehead offense. 12-7 game. Ballers lead by 5. Runners in the corners, 1 out. Bottom of the 8th pitch. Foul ball off to the left, 1-2. Rosario now up to 8 doubles on the year. A chance to drive in a run, though, for the first time here tonight. He had 5 RBI a week ago Tuesday against Great Falls. 1-2 count. See if the runner from first goes. That's Gordon. He does not. Pitch, swung on, laced to second. Oh, what a pick by Harris. Flip to second for 1. Throw to first, double play. That was toasted by Rosario. He hit the snot out of that baseball. And Harris makes the pick to turn 2 and flips it to Cobb, who then throws to Almanza for the final out of the inning. So despite 2 infield singles in the inning, Lambo puts up a 0, and the Ballers are 3 outs away from the win here in Missoula. It's 12-7 Ballers as we go to the 9th on 860 AM The Answer. We have reached the final frame here from Missoula, just 3 hours and 5 minutes later. To be fair, the game, I guess, has picked up a bit since the first 2 innings. The Ballers scored 10 in those first 2 innings, and now they lead 12-7. Missoula has given it their best shot, but the Ballers are 3 outs away from a win. Jonathan Larga Espada is the new pitcher. In the 9th, he will face 9-1-2 for the Ballers, starting with Dylan Tatum. He appeared 4 times in the series against Great Falls, giving up 4 hits and 2 earned runs on Sunday in 2/3 of an inning. 23-year-old from, one might say, straight out of Compton, California. 6'5", 200 pounds, 9.45 ERA. 9th appearance, 6 2/3 innings, 9 hits, 7 earned runs, 6 walks, 7 strikeouts. A 2.25 whip as well, which is notable. A lot of traffic on the bases against him. As the Ballers look to push across, I'd say at least 1 run in this inning. That would feel a little more significant than their current 5-run lead. I don't know what it is, but it just feels like this team in Zootown, the Missoula Paddleheads, are always in it. And so you hope to get at least 1. Larga Espada replaces Cale Matheson, who was very good for the Paddleheads. Looking at his final line, he goes 2 innings and allows just 1 hit, no runs, a walk, and 3 strikeouts. First he'll face is Tatum, who hit a 2-run homer the other way his last time up. The second of his Ballers career. The second Tatum Tater, as they're being called. I believe that's Luke Short's mom, Summer, who came up with that. Pitch 1 is low and inside to Dylan. Three homers in this game, all by the Stockton natives, Almanza and Tatum, for the Ballers. 1-0. Tatum takes a breaking ball high and in for a strike, 1-1. Good pitch there by the right-hander, Larga Espada. First pro season. Pitcher out of the Big West, Long Beach State, 1-1. Whoa, nowhere close. 89, and that would have, well, if let's just say if there were bowling pins set up in the other batter's box, it would have been a strike. 2-1 count. Larga Espada had a 5.53 ERA in 27 2/3 innings in 2024 for Long Beach State. 2-1 breaking ball, just missed, a lot closer than the last pitch. Could have been called a strike, really. I think that was a really good pitch by Larga Espada, but no call there from Greg Hendricks, home plate umpire. 3-1 count, nobody out. Tatum looking to get on to start the inning with a walk, maybe. Instead, he crushes one high to left center field. Sanchez and Fogel there, and Fogel calls off the center fielder for out number 1. Nice swing there by Tatum on 3-1. He just got under it, though, 324 feet to left center. That'll get it out to straightaway left or right. Instead, he hit it into one of the deeper parts of the park. 1 down for the leadoff man, Trey Cobb. RBI single in the 2nd, double in the 7th. He's 2 for 5 today. 12-7 advantage for the Ballers here in the top of the 9th. 1 out, bases empty. First to Cobb. Breaking ball, good pitch, outside corner. Nothing in 1. That one may be off the plate. Greg Hendricks with a makeup call for the one that he should have called a strike on Tatum. Cobb already with his 9th multi-hit game of the season through just 16 tries. 0-1. Takes away. 1-1. The numbers aren't really going to be inflated at this point yet for Tremaine Cobb offensively. He has 27 hits, which is very respectable. 397 average obviously shows how good he's been. But because he missed 3 games last week with an injury. 1-1. Cobb flies it foul behind home, 1-2. But that has limited Cobb's production numbers so far this season. He has scored now 20 times, which is always good. Ballers facing this Missoula team that score better than most. 4th best in runs scored this season. Ballers 8th in runs. 1-2 off the plate at 84, 2-2 on Cobb. But the Ballers have scored 12, outpacing Missoula's offense today. It's 12 runs on 15 hits, 1 error for Oakland. 7 runs on 10 hits, 1 error for Missoula. And both pitching staffs, the 1st and 2nd best, Oakland and Missoula respectively in the league, have been touched up a bit today. 2-2. Outside 3-2. Oakland a lot early. They got 10 runs in the first 2 innings, 7 in the second. Missoula also early. Their 7 runs, 6 of them came in the first 4 innings. Both teams scored in the 7th. Neither team scored in the 8th. 3-2 pitch to Cobb with 1 out in the 9th. Is hammered left field towards the scoreboard. Sanchez at the wall, and Cobb hits it off the wall. He just missed a home run. Instead settles for another double. He hit it 401 feet to left center and still doesn't have a home run this season. That's his second double in as many plate appearances. Hit that one 105 off the bat, though. I love to tell the players after the game because they always ask me, how hard did I hit it? How far did I hit it? And he's going to have a big smile when he sees that. I wish I could tell Missoula's Mike Rosario just how hard he hit that double play. 108 off the bat. That was ridiculous. 3 miles an hour harder than that double. Swing and a miss. Dropping to a knee is Monteith, who I now realize I think is wearing number 13. I think he switched his number from 27. And I was just not aware of that. Either that or his number's really hard to see. 3 hits for Cobb today. Season high is 5. He did that on opening day. 0-1 to Monteith. Takes another breaking ball in for a strike, 0-2. Monteith struck out in the 7th, pinch hitting for Santos, who had an RBI single back in the 2nd, Santos. 1 out, runner on second is Cobb, 12-7 ballers lead, top of the 9th. Monteith trying to bring him home, but down on the count, 0-2. Pitch from Larga Espada. Breaking ball, hung it, but fouled it off, did Monteith. That was high and inside. And Monteith, let's just say, probably was sitting fastball there and just reacted to the breaking ball. Definitely one of the latest, if not the latest, game the Ballers have played this season local time. It is still just 9:31 back in the Bay. We're in mountain time here in Missoula. 0-2, that skips past the catcher, Smith. Cobb can jog to third. Wild pitch gets Cobb just 90 feet closer to scoring what could be an important insurance run. I think Carson Lambert's going to get the 9th for the Ballers. We haven't seen him go 2 innings in a while, but nobody's warming in that Oakland pen. If we're talking about long games, the longest that Tyler Peterson has ever called, who is, you'll hear from him next week at home, was a 25-17 game. I went 4 hours and 30 minutes. 1-2 is away, 2-2. So this one, we're past 3 hours, but only 13 minutes past 3 hours. So TP still got me beat. That was back in 2023. There were 45 combined hits in the game he was calling. Looks like it was game 11 of the first half. Yikes. Monteith hits one sharply, and it hits the third base bag, and then trampolines into the air. It's an RBI single for Pat Monteith, his 4th RBI of the year. I mean, that ball just was a worm burner right at the bag, and then hit the front of the bag and went, whoop, popped right up into the air. There was absolutely nothing Perez could do. It's 13-7 Oakland in the 9th, and that is a good sign for Oakland, an insurance run here in the 9th inning. Oh, good. My order has shipped. Davis Druick at the plate. 1 out. Runner at first. 13-7 Oakland leads. Pitch inside 1-0. I want to give a shout out. I know he's not tuned in. Happy birthday to my younger brother, Hudson Cullen, turning 22 today. Celebrating at working baseball games, ironically, in West Palm Beach. Working for, I want to say it's Prospect Select or Prospect Wire. Runner goes, pitch inside. The throw is a good one, but it's off the glove of Wilkerson and into center field. So Monteith swipes second and then takes third. I guess that's an error. It was a ball, yes, so it's 2-0. So a stolen base for Monteith, and then he goes to third on the error. I guess it's on the catcher? That feels rough, but I guess it's on Smith, even though it was a great throw. Wilkerson couldn't catch it. Now Monteith's at third with 1 out. 2-0 count on Druick. I don't think I've talked about my brother Hudson yet on the broadcast. I know my dad's always tuned in, but Hudson was always the better baseball player. Druick pops one in a shallow left field. Tough play for Fogel. This could land in fair territory, and it does. It's an RBI single. And no, it's an RBI double for Druick, who hustles to second. And he gets his second hit of the game. It's 14-7. That one just fell out in no man's land out there in left field. Ballers up 14-7. 2 more runs here in the top of the 9th inning. 1 out. And it's an RBI double for Davis Druick. His team leading 23rd RBI of the season. And he's got another multi-hit game. His 8th. His double right there, his 6th of the season. His second hit of the game. He's reached 4 times, so even when he's not having his best day, he's still productive as he drives home Monteith there from third. Now it's Cam Buford, who has 3 hits today. And he swings and hits a fly ball to right field. This is tough for Rosario. Hard run for Rosario. He can't get there, and it gets by him. So Buford wants 2 or 3. He'll stop at second with a double. Throw comes home. Ball is off the chest of Smith, and that is a hit for Buford. We'll see how that's ruled, because it felt like Rosario kind of overran it. But Buford has a hit, no doubt. I just don't know if there's another error tacked on. And it's 15-7 Oakland. It's been such a weird inning for the Ballers. We had a ball hit the bag, Monteith, for an RBI single. Then the RBI double by Druick was plopped just to the right of the left field line. And then the ball to right field to Rosario was, he just overran it. It's a double and an RBI. Okay, so it's back-to-back RBI doubles on bloopers here for the Ballers here in the 9th inning. And now they're talking on the mound. Now I can talk about my brother Hudson. Again, it's his birthday, his 22nd birthday, born June 10th, 2003. He was the miracle baby. Had some complications before birth, but was born healthy. And, you know, he's just a bright spot. He's a really fun guy, always super kind, and was a really good baseball player in his youth, and probably deserved more reps at the high school level. Could have played somewhere D3, NAIA. I can never say that. He had a really good swing. I got to coach him alongside my dad when he was a youth, playing those, the 10 or 12U All-Stars. Good pitcher, good hitter. No Shohei Ohtani. Here's Christian Almanza again, hoping for a 3-homer game. Takes a strike, 0-1. Ballers up 15-7 here in the top of the 9th. 8-run lead, 1 out. Runner at second is Buford after his bloop double into right field. 0-1 pitch to Christian Almanza from Jonathan Larga Espada. Righty-lefty battle. It swung on and laced up the middle. Buford coming around to score. Christian Almanza with a 1-out RBI single and matches his professional best with his second 6 RBI game of the season. This is his 5th game with at least 3 RBI. But to get to 6 twice in 1 year is crazy. Almanza with his 3rd hit of the game. And the Ballers have 5 straight hits here in the 9th to take a 16-7 lead. This now ties Oakland's season high in runs. They got 16 against Ogden back on the 23rd of May.
I mean, that's a good skill.
1 out. Runner at first is Almanza. Now Harris the batter. Have a game. Christian Almanza, the Stockton native, makes it 16-7 here in the 9th with a 4 spot in the inning. Harris at the plate already has 3 hits. He does not have 4 yet as a baller. 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Early swing from Danny Harris. Anyways, I know Hudson's not tuned in, but I just want to say happy birthday to my bro. Also, happy belated birthday to Daryl Buggs. Bugsy celebrated his 23rd birthday yesterday. The Georgia native, and he's on deck. Nope, he's not. He's in the hole. Harris takes 1-1 for a strike. 1-2.
20 hits for the Ballers and 2 errors for us.
Oh, sorry, Cindy. I should have checked on that. I think it was a ball, but that's all good. You're doing great, Cindy. Only 1 hit and error off in this crazy game, so great job, Cindy, tonight. Harris swings and misses, and that is strike 3. So there's our answer. 2 down. And next it's Lou Helmick. Yes, the line score, 16 runs on 20 hits for the Oakland Ballers, 1 error, 7 runs on 10 hits, and 2 errors for the home team, the Missoula Paddleheads. And here is Lou Helmick. Cindy's doing a great job to my right, operating the video board and the pitch clock. The scoreboard on the video board, that is. First pitch outside to Helmick, 1-0. I think I'll have to introduce a new segment. I kind of floated it today, Ballers Anthems, but Helmick's music taste is a 10 out of 10. 1-0, swing and a miss, 1-1, but I want to implement the segment where I take Ballers' song requests and review them on air, listening to the songs beforehand, but Lou's 3 songs that he played on the bus today were all 10 out of 10s, 2 of which I knew, 1 of which I didn't. 1-1. So I guess the pitch outside, 2-1. I guess the first unofficial Ballers Anthems of the year is belongs to Lou Helmick, and it's All Right by Jamiroquai, and that song is, I guess I'm going to rate it out of 5 stars. I'm going to give it 5 stars. I thought it was really good. I love anything by Jamiroquai at this point. 2-1. Helmick takes low and in, 3-1. 2 outs, top of the 9th inning, 16-7 Ballers lead. I'm itching to check those scores from around the Pioneer League. Range Riders making a comeback in Yuba Sutter at 6-5 in the top of the 8th. High Wheelers lead by just 1. Helmick high chopper over first into right field. That is Lou's second hit of the game. And the Ballers have now 21 hits in this game. It's a single by Helmick, 2 on with 2 outs for Darryl Buggs. We're bordering on pitcher gets an at-bat territory. Dylan Tatum is going to come up again. I wonder if there's any pitchers that can hit this year for the Ballers. Alec Rodriguez would be the one. Roddy was a 2-way player at St. Joe's. First pitch coming to Bugsy. Takes a breaking ball in for a strike, 0-1. 16-7. Ballers lead. 4 runs in the top of the 9th. 2 outs. Runners at first and second, Almanza and Helmick. Buggs is the 9th hitter of the inning. RBI single first time up. Hitless since then. He swings and misses, 0-2. We have a final from Grand Junction. The Jackalopes beat the Northern Colorado Owls 13-5. Good to see for the Jackalopes. Unfortunate for the Owls. Top of the 8th in Idaho Falls. Hawks trying to chip away at the Chuckers' 22-18 now lead. It's a 4-run cushion for the Chuckers. 0-2. Buggs swings and tattoos one to center field. High in the air for Sanchez. And he makes the out. Ballers send 9 to the plate in the 9th and get 4 more runs on a whopping 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more hits for the Ballers. They have a season-high 21 hits on tied for a season-high 16 runs, and that's all they'll get. They need 3 outs to get the win. 16-7, they lead Missoula here on 860 AM The Answer. And 3 outs to get for the Ballers here in the 9th, up 16-7 on the Missoula Paddleheads. It will not be Carson Lambert to pitch in the 9th. We see James Collier enter the game for the Oakland Ballers, up 16-7. This is the fifth pitcher, I should say, for the Ballers. Collier trying to close it out. But it's been a long night, folks. I'm Nevada Cullen. Chris Dorr is back in our 860 AM The Answer studio. And James Collier makes his 6th appearance of the year. 7 2/3 innings, 9 hits, 4 earned runs, 3 walks, 11 strikeouts, a 4.7 ERA for the 26-year-old Hayward native right-handed pitcher Collier. Got his first pro win Friday at Glacier, going an inning and 2/3, a hit, no runs, 3 strikeouts. And he'll get to face Adam Fogel, the Pioneer League MVP from a year ago, to start his inning of work. So it is Collier replacing Carson Lambert. Lambert goes an inning. Whoops. Trying to change the defense for the Ballers. I'd forgotten to write in Bugs in center field. Lambert goes 1 inning, allows 2 hits, but no runs, and struck out 1. He got a double play by Harris to end the inning. That ball was hit 108 miles an hour off the bat by Rosario. Ready battle. First to Fogel is a strike, bottom of the zone, 0-1. Fogel, an RBI double his first time up, hit by pitch, sac fly, then ground out. Coming off a series against Great Falls where he had 4 3-hit games. 0-1. Yanked into the dirt, 1-1. Missoula in that series, again, a 6-game sweep. You can call it what you want it. I call it an extermination. Because 3 games is a sweep, 4 games is a mop. What's an even more thorough cleaning and extermination? They scored 86 runs, averaging 14 per game and change. 1-1, hit right back to the screen, 1-2. And this performance by the Paddleheads offense today is very good. 7 runs on 10 hits. Fogel calls time before 1-2. It's just not what they quite got in the Great Falls series. I think we can attribute that to Great Falls not having pitching. It's been rough going for the Voyagers this year. 25-3 loss for Great Falls in Game 1 against Missoula. 22-15 on Thursday. The closest game was 7-5 on Wednesday. They did not allow fewer than 7 runs, Great Falls, in that series. 1-2 pitch. Another hard shot to second. High hop, though, for Harris. Throw to first in time for out number 1. So just 1 hit today for Fogel. And give this Ballers pitching staff credit. Nobody, except for Rosario, has multiple hits in the first 6 batters for the Paddleheads. Now, the bottom of the lineup's been great tonight for Missoula. Perez, 2 hits and a homer, and Wilkerson leads all players with 3 hits for the Paddleheads. 1 out, nobody on for Alex Sanchez. Swings and misses. He's hitless so far in this game. 16-7, Ballers lead. Bottom of the 9th inning. 1 out, base is empty. Ballers trying to win again. Would be 6 out of their last 7. 7 of their last 8. Swing and a miss there, 0-2. Ballers would, with a win, tie Missoula for 3rd in the Pioneer League. And if they would win one of the final 2 games, they would have the tiebreaker over Missoula this season, which is key for playoff positioning. 0-2 high, 1-2. In the 4 years that this has been a partner league, Missoula's never missed the playoffs. I don't think that'll happen this year. They've been the first half champ in their division or in the league the last 4 years, and they won the title in 21. 1-2. Swinging a ground ball to second. Harris has been busy, and he charges that baseball and makes the play on that hard grounder. 103 off the bat, and he still rises to the task. He has been responsible for the last 4 outs that Oakland has gotten. 2 here in the 9th and a double play to end the 8th. The Ballers are 1 out away from a blowout 16-7 win over Missoula. Just been a weird one here in the Treasure State. 2 outs, base is empty. First pitch, outside, called a strike. That was not a strike. Oh, it was. I stand corrected. I'm sorry, Greg Hendricks. I thought it was outside. It apparently clipped the zone, according to TrackMan. 0-1. Collier looking for a 1-2-3 9th for the Ballers. That's high and tight, 1-1. I mean, what a ball game. Ballers did nothing in the middle 3 innings, but have scored 16 otherwise. So that's pretty good. Pitch near the dirt, 2-1. Cam Willman at the dish. Is 1 for 3 today. Double, sac fly, walk, and a fly out. Infield straight up against the righty hitter. Facing the righty, Collier, who's set at the belt, comes home. Swing and a miss. Ballers 1 strike away. Willman, the 4th-year paddlehead, franchise player for this team. Like the catcher Dylan Tatum, he's a former Twins farmhand. They both played for the Mighty Muscles of Fort Myers. Collier set on the 2-2 pitch with 2 outs. Last pitch of the game? No. High and inside. 92. Brushed him back. Count is full. This game started at 7:18 local time. It will finish at least 3.5 hours later. Payoff pitch coming to Willman. Is this the last pitch of the game? No, it is not. It is high. It is ball 4. It is challenged by the ballers, but it will not matter. It is a walk to Willman. You might as well challenge, though. Oakland has 3 challenges remaining.
After review, the call is confirmed. The pitch was a ball upstairs. That is Oakland.
Jeff Safford, the broadcaster for the Paddleheads, comes over the public address system to say that the call is confirmed a ball. So Oakland has 2 challenges remaining. Now it's Carlos Perez, who homered his last time up. The last chance for Missoula here, and he grounds it towards short, and it's off the glove of Cobb, an infield hit. That is a 3-hit game for Perez, matching his season high. 2 on, not out for Taylor Smith, who is due. He's 0 for 4, and I don't even think he'll hit. No, he will. I thought Paddleheads were going to a pinch hitter. Nick Klemp is on the bench. We'll see him catch at some point probably this series. The former Boise Hawk. Saw him last year when he was pitching for the, or when he was catching for the Hawks with Boise against Oakland. Only 11 hitters for this Missoula team. So it's a small bench, but they have such a talented offense. There's really no reason to have any more players. First pitch, an inside strike, 0-1. That was high, but in the zone against Smith. So no balls and a strike. Collier, a little bit of trouble here in the 9th, but up 16-7 with 2 outs, 2 on. Yanks 1, 1-1. That was in the dirt. Collier, a tryout selection signed from the open trial at Raimondi in March. So made this team not as the 26th man, that's Isai Santos, but signed right out of that tryout and really has earned his spot. He's been great. Missed there, that slipped, 2-1. And I believe a balk was just called. That's 2-1. Runners advance. Nothing really we can do on that. So a balk puts runners at 2nd and 3rd. It is 2-1 on Smith. Open base at first, 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. Ballers up 16-7. No reason to fret for Collier. Next, swung on and missed. High fastball, chased it. And once again, the Ballers are 1 strike away from ending this ball game. Time called by Smith. He does not want to finish 0 for 5. Last game, he had 3 hits. That was Friday at Great Falls, a season high. 25-year-old from Georgetown, Texas, digs back in from the right side. Collier peers in for the sign. He'll work from the stretch here, dangling the right arm with the baseball. Sets low, then rises. Glove at the belt. 5 on the pitch timer. 2-2 delivery is too tall at 91. Nowhere close, no chase from Smith. Collier, both outs have been ground balls to second. So Danny Harris at second base on high alert for Oakland right now. He comes set with 4 on the timer. 2 left. He's got to go. 1 second left. And he misses. Low and inside. I guess that's ball 3. I thought for sure that was ball 4. Guess not. Nobody thought it was ball 4. So now it's 3-2 on Smith. Oh, the balk was probably no pitch. Yep. So now it's 3-2. Forgot about that. Here's a payoff. Half swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. Game over. Cody Kernot rings up Smith on the high fastball, and Collier gets a K to end it. This game ends at 10:54 local time, 9:54 back in the Bay, for a total time of 3 hours and 30. Oh boy, this is going to take some math. 30-something minutes. I'll tell you when you come back for the postgame show. Ballers win 16-7 against Missoula, a crucial first win in this three-game series from the Treasure State. This is Oakland Baseball on 860 AM The Answer. A final from Missoula, 16-7. The Ballers beat the Missoula Paddleheads to take game one of this three-game series. I'm Nevada Cullen, Chris Dorr, back in our 860 AM The Answer studio. Thank you for tuning in on this Tuesday night. Ballers took control early in this one. Two-run homer in the first by Christian Almanza put the Ballers on the right path. After that, Cam Buford RBI double to put the Ballers up 3-0. And then in the second, that's when things went off the rails in this game, because Missoula got one in the bottom of the first, but then in the top of the second, the Ballers got 7 runs on 7 hits. Most notably, Christian Almanza with a 3-run homer, and that was 2 home runs for him in 2 innings to help the Ballers take a 10-1 lead. It was his home run that made it 10-1. But then you go to the bottom of the second, Missoula got 1. Bottom of the third, Missoula gets 3. Dylan Matsuoka just didn't really have it tonight. He ends up giving 6 earned runs over 4 innings and has to exit after 4. But then where things changed in this game, in a 10-6 ball game in the 5th inning, was when Adam Bogosian entered. Bogosian making his first appearance since May 31st. He had not pitched yet in June. Goes 2 scoreless innings, the 5th and the 6th, to earn his first pro win. He did allow just 1 hit. He did walk 2, but no runs over the 2 innings, and Missoula had scored in every inning until that point. Oakland would get 2 in the 7th with the 2-run homer by Dylan Tatum, and 4 more in the 9th to take this one 16-7. And when it's all said and done, you look through the performances today, Trey Cobb has a 3-hit game. Just an awesome performance from him from the leadoff spot. Pat Monteith had an RBI single. Isai Santos has an RBI single. Davis Druick had 2 hits with an RBI double. Again, I'm just going through the lineup so everyone gets their due. Cam Buford had a huge game, and I totally whiffed on it in the moment because it was just such a lucky bloop hit. But he got his 4th hit of the game. Cam Buford, professional best. Congratulations, Cam. 4 hits. Also tied his career best with 3 RBI in this game. Christian Almanza tied his pro best with 6 RBI. That one I couldn't miss. 3-hit day for him, 2 homers, his first professional 2-homer game. Danny Harris had a 3-hit game. Lou Helmig had 2 hits. Michael O'Hara had an RBI single. I think Darryl Buggs was the only player without a hit that appeared in this game. And even him, he scored. And then Dylan Tatum had a 2-run homer in the 7th inning. So Ballers 1 through 9 got a hit today. And the Ballers collected a season-high 21 hits in this ball game. The bullpen for Oakland, again, was great. Just 1 earned run over their 5 innings. James Collier pitches the 9th, goes an inning, gives up 1 hit, no runs, walked 1, and struck out 1. So the Ballers win this one 16-7. Final line score, 16 runs on 21 hits, 1 error. Missoula, 7 runs on 11 hits, 2 errors. And the win goes to Adam Bogosian, first professional win. He's 1-0. Mike Peterson with the loss. He falls to 1-2. Not the best start for the Pioneer League Pitcher of the Year from last year. This game started at 7:18 local time, 6:18 back in the Bay. Finished at 10:54 for a local run time of 3 hours and 36 minutes. On Tuesday, June 10th, weather hot, 95 degrees, fell into the mid-80s by game's end. Ballers improved to 13-6 with the win. Missoula falls to 13-6, so they're now tied for third in the Pioneer League. As we check the scores one more time to see if there's anything crazy that's happened. Yes, there is something crazy that's happened. Looks like we're going to a knockout round possibly in Yuba Sutter. Glacier has come back to tie it. So maybe Kingston Liniac against Cuba Bess. I think they have already competed in a knockout round this year, but that is certainly exciting. I wonder if Glacier has anybody who's homered in this game. I cannot tell. Let me look at the play-by-play. No, I can't tell. Okay, whatever. Knockout round probably coming in Yuba Sutter, so that should be a fun one. Again, final score here from Missoula is 16-7. Oakland wins. Game tomorrow will be again at 6:05 pack time. If the Ballers win, the Ballers will clinch the tiebreaker over Missoula for the season. And these two teams are tied for third in the standings. So if that tells you anything, these two teams could be neck and neck right there for a playoff spot either in the first half or the second half. We really don't know how things are going to pan out. So that does it for today's broadcast here from Missoula, Montana. Our final score, Ballers 16, Missoula 7, a final in 9 innings. Big thanks to those who helped make the broadcast possible, including Ballers co-founders Paul Friedman and Brian Carmel, Ballers Assistant General Manager Tyler Peterson, Brendan Colthurst, and Chris, back in our 860 AM The Answer Studios. Also, big thanks to you, the listener. We'll have more baseball coming up. Our coverage of Wednesday's Game 2 of the 3-game series will start at, I think we're going to do probably around the same time as today, so it'll be a 6:07 pack time start because really the first pitch doesn't come until 6:15 pack time at least. And that'll be on 860 AM The Answer and on YouTube. We hope that you can join us. Again, our final score, Ballers 16 and Paddleheads 7. Oof, I need some sleep. I'm Nevada Cullen saying so long, and thanks for listening to Oakland Baseball on 860 AM The Answer.